Boop. Hello.
Is we live?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello,
believe so.
everybody. We're live. Let's start Dungeons and Dragons. This is the voice that I make and I use when I'm well prepared.
Everything will be fine. Don't need to be prepared.
Oh, that's a nyan cat. Pong cat. Hi,
So
Tika.
Nyan Duck?
Oh, cute.
I can't speak fast enough to do that song. Dox is apparently eating ice cream and cookies. Or cookie dough. Is it cookie dough or cookies? Cookies, okay. Oh.
Well, technically, there's
Too
cookie
busy to
dough
talk.
there. It's just gone through a chemical change.
Wow, that makes it even more tasty, doesn't it, Dogs? Right, okay. What episode are we on now? 11 or 12?
6?
14?
Are we really on 14?
Did you say 6?
I really thought that we were on like episode 6.
I mean, I was wrong, but you were way off. Something else.
Samsonite, I was way off.
Everyone's
No.
looking very pretty today, especially Tom Tika. Stop it. Tika. On today's episode, we will begin by saying a belated happy birthday to Katie, our very own Katie Quixotic, whose birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We're all very grateful that you play D&D with us and that you exist in the world and also in our close proximity, at least on the internet. At least on the internet.
I love technology.
Praise be. Right, quick synopsis of what happened last session. We started off at the door of a creepy mold place where there was a creepy mold man who
Yep.
was kind of like glued to a tabletop by creepy mold. And he was like, yo, help. And after a bit of interrogation and investigation around the immediate area, we discovered that this poor gentleman had accidentally invoked some kind of rite that bound him to Zugtmoy, the demon of decay and fungus. And was trying to back out and renege on that contract that he'd accidentally invoked by going, no, please, no, I didn't mean it. He had basically given her the power to take over his body and start using it for her nefarious deeds. Fortunately, you guys arrived and were like, no, stop this. And Randall popped his head off. Could have gone a lot of different ways, but fortunately, it went the way of peacefully popping his head off and minor casualties on the part of the villagers. Not very many died, but unfortunately, it was impossible to save Kessir. After that, you went off to go and meet up with Barbara McDougal and Kelly and Holly and all the other villagers, and there was a nice little kind of reunion. Everyone was mostly very thankful for the fact that they had their lives returned to them. They were no longer fungus infested, and that you had, by killing the kind of the focal warlock, the focus of power for Zugtmoy, you had rid the area of its disgusting influence.
Patient zero, as it
Patient
were.
zero, exactly. And thankfully, everybody was grateful for their lives back despite the destruction to the village. No grudges were held, and you guys donated your earnings, or your findings rather, to the cause of repairing the tavern. Also reunited some more of the villagers, Kelly and Holly in particular. Bobbert said that he would pop into town a little bit more frequently. And you returned back to the Kinshire Manor, back in Nesmith. You arrived at nighttime and discovered a few things. First
Everything was
off,
fine.
everything was fine. First off, you had been given a small gem that, when affixed to the talisman of the Kinshire name that Randall is in possession of, it gives you the ability to learn a story about any magical item that you can attune to over a long rest. You dream the story. Then, that's exactly what you did. You learned some stories about some of the magical items that you have in your possession. Woke up in the morning, shared those stories, became aware that unfortunately the cursed ring has reappeared on Neurali's finger, and also learned the news via Atticus that unfortunately Penelope Culstone, the young dwarven lady who was victim of the ghostly pickpocket shenanigans, had been attacked nearby the tavern. Fortunately, she had been whisked away and sought treatment quickly, so she survived. But there is an evil afoot. And we begin today. We begin today with that news and some breakfast. And the realization that the ring is still on Neurali's finger.
Well, I don't know whether Nuri told us. I feel like the last thing she did was panic that it was there, and then we kind of just stopped. Okay.
Yeah. I think we were eating, and I was kind of like,
And then you were like, cliffhanger.
dun, dun, dun.
On cliffhanger! You're now eating, Neurali, and realize there's something shiny upon your hand.
Oh, no.
What? Like stuff in her face for food. What? What's the problem?
The ring's back.
Nice ring. Oh, that ring.
We
What?
we left.
Why'd you pick it up?
I did not pick it up. I couldn't pick it up.
But it was. We didn't pick it up, right, Randall?
I didn't pick it up.
No, it was. How did?
I assume this is probably part of the magic that makes it want to kill people.
It was Randall all along. This was his plan.
I have a present for you,
Classic.
Oro.
Classic
you,
rings
maybe.
It's
that
an ankle
wanna kill
bracelet.
people.
Maybe Nearly wasn't the villain after all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, that's worrisome.
Would I know about cursed items?
You can give me a history check. This isn't a story necessarily, so I'm not going to give you advantage. You get
Right.
so many advantaged history rolls.
Yeah, but
Not all
I
of them
want
can be
more.
advantages.
I always want more. It's never enough. My character sheet is not loading at a sensible rate.
Hey, super.
Oh, with a 17. You have absolutely heard of tales of cursed items, cursed jewelry as well, that have bound themselves to whomever is foolish enough to incite their wrath. You are aware that they exist. This is not. This is not a like
It's not
completely
like
unheard of
yeah.
thing. It's rare. It's definitely not a common thing. But it's you know, there are a couple of stories that you have read that start off with, "Oh, cursed ring!
Ooh.
How will I get the cursed ring off my finger?"
Would Oro
How do
know
those
about
stories
this?
end?
Yeah.
You could also give me a history check.
I'm just thinking of the poem at the beginning of Lord of the Rings.
Feel free to sing it for us. Yes.
Okay.
You have, but I mean, your perspective on it is slightly different. Whereas Dox's, or Randall's rather, understanding of this is from the perspective of stories that he's read about, you know, heroes and villains and whatever. Real heroes and villains, not made up ones, real ones.
Some of them are made up.
Yours is a little bit more from a kind of like a gypsy standpoint. Yours is more from the perspective of people having actively made these items.
Oh.
Maybe not necessarily people within your personal circles of friends, but perhaps travelers who have come through the circus have told you stories, or they've joked that they've been the people who have made them earrings, all that kind of stuff, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Sure am. Part of the curse. Currently just trying to like get it off my hand again.
You're having no luck. But it's clear to everyone else that that's what you're trying to do.
I guess you better stay out of the water until we can figure out how to get that off.
Yep. That's fine. This is fine.
It was not fine.
That's fine. This is fine.
Gonna go back to
Atticus.
eating my breakfast quietly.
Okay. Atticus, having, finished his own meal and started clearing away the utensils made your meal with, said, there has been a slight development I think that might be of interest to you, Master Randall. You see, the gem that I found and have affixed to your talisman.
It's not cursed as well, is it?
Not to my knowledge. As you recall, hopefully, because I certainly don't, that my memory is not what it was. And I recall very little of its purpose. However, I believe that it was Parsnip that found this item, and he did so via some delving, some spelunking into the other parts of the house.
Okay.
I believe if you were to assist me, we might be able to make use of some of the holes that were made via Parsnip's spelunking to access the other wing of this floor.
Excellent.
In fact, if you are done with your breakfast, perhaps we could make a start now.
I'm done with my breakfast.
And there is like, okay. Well, very well. At your leisure, please follow me. He leads you outside of the large dining hall. If you recall, is the I'll move you onto the map now. Skidoop.
Skibbidi-doo-bap.
Skidoop-bop.
Da-ba-ba-doo-ba-bow.
Everybody on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you recall, this is your sleeping quarters down here. Here we have the kitchen. Here we have the large dining hall. And over here we have a large boulder.
No.
A small boulder, the shape of a large boulder, that is blocking the doorway. It appears that for the most part, this isn't one large boulder. This is just a bunch of debris. A lot of it is parts of the building that has collapsed in on it. And because of that, it's not one solid obstacle. It is lots of small individual obstacles. It looks like some of this has worn away with time, and that you reckon you could probably get through the majority of this and move it to a degree that it would be possible to move to traverse it. Though it will require some patience and some clever jimmying of the structural integrity of it to make sure
What
that
it will
doesn't...
take is a dwarf.
Possibly. But, I mean, you think that, at least Atticus seems to think, that you could probably get through this today if you put some hours behind. Because you can see that there is, in fact, a hole in the wall. Sorry, let me just reveal something here. It's misleading. There is a doorway to the left of you, to the south side of this obstacle, that is, for the most part, blocked. but there is a small area that has been burrowed through, you assume by Parsnip, who has gnawed through some of the wood and found their way into the room to the south.
I mean,
They
if
really
Parsnip
can
has
blow it
slipped
up.
his way through, surely we can.
Aura definitely could, surely.
I mean, Parsnip is a
Big.
big dog, but still a dog. Different proportions, although larger size.
How big is his Great Dane? Because I've owned a Great Dane,
Mhm.
and his rib cage was about the same size as mine.
Again, different proportions.
I'm trying to think of what part would not fit. The shoulders, maybe.
You're fairly confident that Oro at least could get through there.
Shit.
Do you want to have a peek through Aura?
Well, yes. So yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, squeezing between the fallen beams of wood and the debris of the building, you can quite easily actually find your way, and it feels at least safe, into the room to the south. You don't think you could make it into the western part of the building without help from other people moving bits of the rubble. But what is revealed to you is a library. It is extremely dark in here, but with your gobbo vision, it is still possible for you to see at least something in this building. You can see the outlines, and you can see the kind of the silhouettes of the bookcases filled to the brim with tomes and grimoires.
Grimoire?
Black grimoires. But for the most part, you can see that it is covered in dust.
Right.
It looks untouched.
Okay. First, Tortu redeemed a D6 bonus and said, "This D6 is for whomever likes chocolate the most."
Oh, damn it, I do like chocolate, but you probably like it more than I do. I'm not willing to lie.
I'm like, how do we prove who likes chocolate the
Yeah.
most?
Yeah. Is there a test?
I like chocolate so much. Something.
I've got cake with chocolate frosting on it right next to me.
A chocolate chip cookie.
I ate 2 chocolate digestives before the game.
What chocolate-related fact about yourself do you have, Tom?
When did you last eat chocolate?
Probably the wagon wheel he had yesterday.
When did I have?
Because he
chocolate
doesn't
last?
love chocolate as much as us.
I haven't had any chocolate today. I did
Okay.
have a whisper bar
Fake
yesterday.
fan.
Fake
Fake fan.
Hey, I
It's
said
only in it for the glory.
I could just give myself plus d6s whenever the fuck I want.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
That's true. This can only be decided with a chocolate off or a battle to the death.
Either or. Well,
Which is a go-to.
I personally think all 3 of us should have one because we all like chocolate the same equal amount.
Yeah.
You all
Split it
get one
equally.
d2.
No.
I mean, you might
How about we all
likely
just
to know
get
the
a
number.
plus 2?
No. Everyone gets a 1 plus 1d2.
No.
Look at what you've done, Tortu.
I don't know how it's way louder. It's the same as usual. I don't think I've changed anything.
Either one person gets a d6 or everyone gets a 1d2.
Well,
I will
obviously,
concede the D6 to Oro, because Oro is going ahead of us.
That's fair.
I was going to decline and say no, but I am in the cave.
Yeah. But you are off by yourself.
I'll take
Let's
it.
go. We cannot follow.
Tortu, is the sound better now between both
Testing,
of us?
testing. Mic check.
Everyone else say something as well.
Check, check, check.
At the same time. Okay.
That was a good volume test for Tom.
Yeah.
I will scream very loudly as a volume test. It's pretty accurate though.
I'm still way louder. The other day my mic did like changed itself in the settings. It like boosted it to 100. No, it's still 90. Why am I so much louder? Okay, say something.
Beep bop boop bop. Beep bop boop
La,
bop. Beep
la,
bop
la.
bop. Beep bop. Skiddly whoop bop. Skilla bop bop bop.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that might be better now.
One way to find out, and that is to continue playing D&D.
I unmuted the stream for myself so that I could see what the differences were, and the last time it just sounded a lot better, like a lot closer to the same volume.
Okay. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Cool. Thanks, technology.
You're the
And
best.
also Torty.
I love technology.
So, ahead of you
Okay. Yep.
is a library. A well-stocked, very booky library.
Very booky. Have you got a mug with an owl on?
I do.
Oh.
It was a present. Look how fuzzy he is.
That's so cute.
And then on the other side, there's like a big one.
Aw.
I love how surprised he looks.
Yes. He's like surprised and tufty.
Have you ever seen an owl walk?
Yes.
Their legs are like the size of their whole body. It's like
terrifying.
they just
Hilarious.
lift up and become giraffes, and then they run like
I like the
normal.
idea that they've got this this extra ladder underneath them that they could just enable at any point. They're just like stilts activate.
It's basically exactly what it is, and it looks so bizarre because they don't like birds have that kind of like hoppy run, but they just run like normal bipedal creatures, and it's just like, you're already so weird. How did you get double weird all of a sudden? Anyway, go ahead.
Did you
sorry.
see the owl?
Could have had an
that was
owl
sat
instead of a
cross-legged?
bat.
Oh, the
that does-
cross-legged owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the comments and it's like, it's not actually cross-legged, it's just an illusion. I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
Ruin it for me. It made me think of that tweet where the caption is, when I overhear someone saying they know how to reverse this weird spell that turned me into an owl, and it's an owl running towards the camera. It's just so stupid.
That was the one I saw.
I love it. Okay. After seeing the library, Aura's gonna shout back, There's a library here. Know about the library?
Oh. Well, it is a large house. It makes sense that there is a library in here somewhere. I'm sorry, I recall so little of its structure.
That's okay.
Can I stick my head in the hole?
You can.
I want to see. I
It's
see
gonna be like
blackness, I
that
assume.
episode of Friends where all the heads
Yeah.
are and they go and they kind of-
You can absolutely see Oro's feet. At the moment, it's there's not enough space for you to squeeze through unless you literally go on your stomach and pull yourself along, like you'd have to snake in.
Probably not going to do that. Especially as I'm not going to be able to see anything anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you said there's a bit to the west or something that I couldn't get through? Is that what you said?
Yes. So where on the map there's that boulder,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically covering a hallway that continues on. So that's what's blocking you.
Okay.
It's just debris from the fallen ceiling, like beams of wood, large chunks of rock that have been the stone for the outside of the building. It would. I mean, because of parsnips kind of burrowing around and looking for ways in. And simply because it is hard to determine how long ago this structural damage occurred. But it looks like you could probably shift some of it. And make a functional entrance.
Wait, just to that bit or for everyone? So everyone would be able to come
To
in?
both bits.
Alright, okay.
A lot less effort would be required to get them into the library.
Okay. Guys, there's some like rubble bits over this door bit which I could like maybe move, I think. It's just like fallen debris stuff. Should I try and move it? See if you can. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We can
Just
get
make
behind
sure
it.
you're not taking like a load-bearing stone or something.
Okay.
Load-bearing stone?
Keystone.
Okay.
He's
So are you doing this on your own from the inside, yeah?
carefully. Very carefully.
Very carefully. Okay. Please give me a strength check.
Okay. Get ready.
Okay.
I would like to use my D6.
Feel free.
Oh, I was about to type it in Twitch chat. 3, a 10.
Okay, you do successfully manage to move one of the large beams that's blocking the entrance to the to this room. You think that at least there's enough space for a slender person to get through. As you are thinking that, Parsnip bounds across the floor and manages to kind of scoot down underneath, like ducks and slides through.
Like an action film.
Exactly like an action film. And then kind of like looks excitedly and pants and licks you on the face and starts twirling around, like you've found their secret like little den. You can see in the corner that some of the rags that you had found torn up by Nugget have been pulled into here and put into a pile next to the door, and you can see that it's relatively well worn. It looks like Parsnip's been using this as a den for a couple of days.
Oh.
Now you've ruined it.
I'm so sorry. I'm here to ruin things. I apologize.
I drink and I ruin things.
So, is there more things that I could move if I tried again with Parsnip? If I could.
You think that the largest piece of wood that's in your way that you imagine if you moved would make the rest of this a lot easier will require some intervention from the other side as well.
Oh, okay. Guys, I need your help. There's this beam like that's close to here. I think if we move this, then you guys could like probably come in if like it'll open a little bit more. But you need to help because.
Okay.
Okay.
This one.
I mean, I can't see you. I'm assuming yes.
Does it look like there's a place where we could jam in like our quarterstaves and like lever it to help lift it, or?
You're not confident that doing that would be safe.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you can't do it.
That's true. That's true. How does it look like? What does it look like we could do to help lift it that would keep everything from collapsing?
So you imagine that if Oro was to lift it at the exact same time, and you could use Oro kind of as a leverage point, like a fulcrum, whilst you guys were to put some weight on it to lift it off of the axis that it's on, you could scoot it out of the way. So what's going to happen is that Oro's going to give us a strength check, and you two are going to give us a strength check, but together. So one of you is going to give advantage to the other.
I'll give advantage to you.
So you guys are going to have a strength check with advantage because one of you's helping the other.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you out, Randall. We can do it together, and I'm going to cast guidance.
Yay.
So let's get a roll for a strength check from Oro, an advantage strength check from Randall. So we've got a 10 from Randall.
What plus a d4?
Plus a d4.
My d4 might make a difference. 12.
Oh, that's not good. It's the opposite of good.
Literally 0.
Look at that, it's a 0. I don't think I've ever actually seen a 0 roll before.
It's literally a -1 from a 1.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's very fucking unfortunate. Jesus Christ. Okay, so whilst shifting and moving it, you guys managed to lift up enough weight that it comes off of whatever it was leaning on in a fashion that you could probably move out the way for you guys. Unfortunately for Oro, the weight from you guys lifting it off of wherever it was resting is way too much for her to hold at that instant. She doesn't calculate it properly. Because of that, the plank, this massive kind of beam, slips and it falls directly on top of her. It also
She dies.
covers. she dies. It also covers some of the entryway, but not enough that it's impossible to get through. However, by doing so, it does look like you've shifted a significant amount of the debris so that later excavation will be easier. But the main focus here is that Oro is currently pinned under a piece of wood. Fortunately enough for Oro, it wasn't super painful because you were able to compensate for the amount of weight that it was giving you as it was happening. It was kind of a fuck, and you put yourself in a position where you are now trapped because you're pinned against something, You're not pinned directly under it.
Right.
Right. So you're trapped because you can't move, basically, not because it's on you, crushing you.
Okay. All right.
So you're not damaged. You're not in immediate danger, but you can't move.
Guys, I'm stuck.
Oh no.
Oh no. How stuck? Like, can I get in and like peek through the hole and see?
It's kind of less of a hole and more of a tunnel. So you're gonna have to go through or really get down on your knees to kind of have a look.
Can I fit through though?
Yeah, you could fit through. Yeah.
We're coming in.
Okay. Takes a little bit of extra maneuvering, but because of the space that you've just created, both you and Randall can get through if you want to, as long as you take some precautions. You're careful.
Yeah,
You
for
find
sure.
yourself in an elaborate library. Again, fortunately for you, it's
How did you find
easy
that
enough for
picture
you
of
to
me,
see.
Docs?
Fortunately, you find yourself able to crawl through quite easily, and again, you have the ability to see when you're in there.
I was making a drawing of that, Docs. No, it's not worth
Is there like a candle or anything in the room that I could like?
There is, yes. It's covered in cobwebs, so it might require a little bit of careful
Wait, can
maneuvering.
someone find out cobwebs are
Prestidigitation.
explosive?
I'm gonna light the candle with prestidigitation
Okay.
and burn those cobwebs.
You burn the cobwebs away, and they kind of illuminate very briefly as they burn across the entirety of the room, but not in a way that does any damage, thankfully.
Or it flinches, though.
But you can see that it kind of burns and it peels away across the inner skin, the kind of the wallpaper and the ceiling. As it does so, it reveals kind of this nice kind of gilded golden pattern that is throughout the ceiling, and there's a chandelier that's hanging in the center of it above. You can see that names of books and authors are lit up very briefly along the spines of the novels and tomes, and you are left with much brighter vision in here.
Excuse me, Docs? What are you
Imagine Randall's secret quest is to kill these two.
This was the... Oh my god.
You're both trapped in the library now.
I'll just sit in here and level up until I get stone shape and come pull you.
Read books until I level up.
Yeah, that's experience, right?
1 XP per spider squished. Is there any of the beams still on this side of the door?
They're not so much, not in the same way that the previous one was.
Okay.
The beam that's currently crushing,
Yeah, that one.
or trapping, or that one you could still, with aid from the other side, move to get away from.
Yeah, so I'll stay on this side then, so I can help move it from the side.
Sure. Okay.
Also, it'll help me enact my secret plan.
Now what I have to do is trap Neurally as well.
Yes, literally. Help.
Am I free then? Can I move?
Not yet. No, unfortunately, you got to get some. Have you communicated to Neurally that that's what you want to do? You want to try and move it
Yeah,
again?
but,
What's your-
I'll stay this side. Can we try and move it again?
Yeah. I think if I
Yeah.
just pull it out, then like a little bit away, then Nora should be able to slip out from the side of it. It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
You have to visualize it, you know. But I think we could do this.
Visualize, then execute.
Visualize, then execute. Right, strength checks from both of you, please.
Can Oro help push from being pinned against the wall?
She can, sure.
Do you want me to?
It gives her
Yes.
advantage.
Okay, then yes, yeah.
I mean, because I'm also operating at a -1 here, so.
Oh, yeah, then I'll help too.
What's the dub stat in this dude? Okay.
12. Oh wait, but I guidance myself, so 16.
Oh my goodness, thank goodness. Okay, thank gosh. Okay, so you managed to lever it in a way that gets it away from Oro, and the resulting movement seems to create a a gap because of one of the beams lifting. It kind of moves some of the other debris out of the way as it goes, making a relatively functional doorway into this room. Essentially, what you've done here is you've shifted a lot of the rubble and the debris without getting rid of it. So it's still there, and it's still dangling in places that are, unsightly and potentially unsafe. But you have a functional doorway through here. If you wanted to, you could continue removing some of this stuff. But in order to make this properly safe, you would need a construction crew or some knowledge of carpentry and that kind of stuff.
I immediately go look at my tool proficiencies. What is it that I have again? No, nothing that will help in that situation.
Architecture? No. Didn't do my 7-year degree. That's not even a joke. I have a friend who's doing an architecture degree. You have to do your undergraduate and then a master's and then another degree or something all in one go. Like when you sign up, you don't get to do little bits. If you do an undergraduate, it means fuck all without all the other bits. You have to go in for 7 years worth of architecture. It's insane.
Damn.
Yikes.
Jesus.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because if you're shit at architecture, then like
Yeah,
give
it's
somebody a
dangerous
building
forever.
that could fall apart. Yep. So
True.
I'm a
you've
unionized
successfully
carpenter in
moved
my
it.
free time.
But you've managed to move it in a way that everybody can get through, including Atticus and Randall.
I am in there.
Are
you okay,
stand
Oro?
up and dusts herself up.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Wondered why I was a little bit skeptical about coming in here, and now we know. It's fine. I want to look at these books. I want to try and read
Randall is already looking at
Okay.
them. Like he ignores you on the floor, just walks straight into the bookshelf.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Randall.
All right, there are a bunch of books here. There's a bunch of books
I
here.
want an itemized list.
It's just
The
Every
face
book.
of a DM who has prepared a list of book names.
Whoa.
Well, let's go.
I don't think we should look at the books anymore.
What has Tom not prepared for?
Here we
Let's do
go, baby. Right, we've got a book called Poison Recipes by
Can you paste
Sid
this?
Othor.
Can you
Yes,
put
I can
these
paste them
on?
later, yes.
that.
Studded for Everyone's Pleasure. Leather Armor by Hilby Galabi. Traversing the Inner Planes by Pulster Imahin.
Ooh, I'm just gonna take that one.
1000 Uses for Prestidigitation by Dressil Humblepot. The Gardens of Shantae by High Priest Zanril. Yondala our Shield Bearer. No author. Oh Helm by High Priestess Manaham. Kalemvor's Rights by Nrek Darak. Elder Note by Elf Styles Translated by Tom Thunderfoot. Talos Sing Your Sword by Malpost Blackhand. Even More Potions by Lisa Hedwick. Kobold Tossing and Other Summer Sports by Denk Longsmith. The Basics of Provisioning by Hori, for reals, Hori, Durodcel. Fauna of the Sword Coast by Tanathir Welkin. Woodcraft by Philithin Atanari. Gon's Forge by Bunmand, his name is Bunmand Dolmar. Sune, Beautiful Sune by Love Singer Blue Water. Ilmater Forever by High Priest Eric. Flip the Coin, Timora by Idahar Grainsnatch.
Crane
Water,
Snatch. What a
Waterdeep,
name.
Waterdeep and Its Surroundings by Hertab Drumland. These are a few of the books that you find spending some time pilfering these novels.
These are
Pilfering.
a few of
My library.
It's your library, yeah. Okay, going through these novels. Some of the books in here appear to be so old that they have kind of been worn away by the passage of time. They
I
are
cast Mending.
difficult to read. I cast Mending. And they turn out to be, erotic novels.
Of course.
It's a library. There's a lot of stuff in a library. I'm not going to give you like 200 books with the names. I'm also not going to tell you. I'm also not going to tell you there are only 20 books in this library. that list is 20 of the books that stand out as something worthy of note. The rest of the books are, for the most part, things that do not interest you. They may be annals of research journals on, irrigation or something, boring stuff. And for the most part, they are not things that you fancy spending the time leafing through. But there are some of these things, pop out as you're going through the different bookshelves. Here we go, research show boy. Hi, Nick.
I'm already reading the Traversing the Plains book. Like, as soon as we saw it, I was like, just gonna sit here while you all look through this stuff.
Sure. So what you find leafing through the Traversing the Inner Plains book is that for the most part, this is a it's kind of a fantasy novel. It's not as factual as you might have hoped when you were picking it up as a sorcerer, someone who might be interested in the kind of arcane and the more academic side of Traversing the Inner Plains. It's a bunch of kind of short stories about some of them, and as you read them, some of them are seeming more and more made up.
And I can tell that they're made up.
You can tell that they're made up.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part. I mean, you think that parts of it may be based on truth, possibly tidbits of anecdotes that have been taken from someone else at a dinner party sort of thing, like passed down, and then expanded upon in a way that doesn't necessarily line up with everything else. But it's got some value, at least if it's an entertaining read at some areas, but not necessarily informative.
Once I realized that it's kind of more of like a storybook, then I kind of like put it back on the shelf.
Upset.
What about the leather armor thingy bob?
Studded for everyone's pleasure, leather armor. This is an extensive kind of history of the process of turning leather armor into studded leather armor. It has quite it's extensive in its histories, and then it gets to the more informational act of how you would do this if you were a smith or a leather worker, and it becomes a lot more dry, even more dry than the history of studded leather armor.
So you're saying there's essentially like a story that's no one's concerned with, but you can fast forward to the good bits.
Yes. But even the good bits is essentially instructional for somebody who is skilled in leatherworking.
The name really got me there.
Unfortunately. That's not one of the erotica books.
Do you have one, Doc?
Go ahead.
I can't absorb information that quickly.
Would you like the list right now?
Yeah, but I think Randall will probably just be like,
Stuff.
yeah, and then just almost like itinerizing everything in his head, just like reading all of the titles across.
Yeah,
working out which ones he's already he knows which ones he wants to read first, rather than like going straight to one.
Sure. Some of these are kind of first editions. Some of these appear to be things that are like quite valuable, but to the right person, kind of valuable. Like you tried to flog this down at the marketplace or something, no one's going to give you a copper. But if you find the right person who wants to collect specific writings by, I don't know, freaking
Corey
Tanner Thea Welkin or whatever, then they're like, oh, 100 gold pieces.
Are there any like torches on the walls or sconces or any like light source in the room?
There is a chandelier that is equipped with many candles that are unlit in it.
We'll light the candles.
There are other candles that are dotted around on the tables that you can see.
I'm gonna light all the candles in the chandelier.
As you do so, more cobwebs burn away that weren't quite touched before, which kind of gets the smell of burning material on your nose. But apart from that, it is well lit in here now. Everybody can read at their leisure, no matter their seeing ability, unless they're blind, I guess. There aren't very many braille books in here.
It's not okay.
It's an accessibility problem, but this is your library now, so you have to deal with it.
Can I like walk around looking for any books that look? I want to see if there's like a secret door. Like
you want to? Okay, give me an investigation check.
Yeah, like checking books, looking for ones that look out of place or
sure,
like seams in the wall.
Hey, so thanks for such quite bit.
I'm going to guidance myself.
Okay.
Oops, wait. Oh, it would have been a 3, so.
Yeah.
Ew.
I put on every book spine.
7.
Okay, you don't seem to find anything that looks out of place. This looks like a library. And unfortunately, this looks like a library that does not have a secret door. I mean, you check every bookshelf, including the 2 bookshelves that you know are, well, the 2 walls that are leading to the dining hall and the bedrooms. Like you check everywhere, but find nothing.
Well, it was worth a shot.
There are a couple of books that I am just interested in as general, but I don't want to be like, okay, all of these, please read out them all.
I mean,
you can just send it to me.
If I haven't got something written up, I'll just make it up on the spot. Go for it. What do you want?
Okay, the Elf Styles one.
The Elf Styles one. Let's have a look for that. Eldar note: Elf Styles translated by Tom Thunderfoot. So this is a piece. This is a kind of a relatively thin tome that is written about fashion styles that don't necessarily make sense to common human cultures. In fact, it's kind of like a more of a magazine snippet that have been put together into one volume. Some of them are talking about the different kind of they tend to avoid the more common elf styles and focus on high elf kind of fashion for the rich elves in the elven cities rather than wood elves and things like that. And they completely avoid talking about drows at all. But it has some interesting parts, but for the most part, for someone who is not necessarily directly involved in the fashion industry or in making clothes, it's more of a, ooh, beautiful. Oh my God, that dress is amazing. Like, oh my God, these accessories are incredible, that kind of thing. Like it's looking at stuff that the very, very rich might wear. Like you pick up a magazine of Vogue or whatever, I don't know.
Gotcha.
But it's snippets and like a little dialogue that's written about it. And it seems a bit biased. It's not a critical piece in any way. It's specifically just like praising how amazing everything is. Which gets you a little bit excited about elven fashion. Simply because of the writer's passion for the subject.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Well, I also wrote down Ilmater Forever just because I wanted to say.
So Ilmater Forever is surprisingly not a religious text, believe it or not. Though it's poems about Ilmater. The first, the poem there in the book that has been written as the title of the book is also a poem that is called Ilmater Forever, and it is a beautiful, sprawling epic that you don't necessarily know if you have the time to read, simply because it's pages and pages and pages of quite dense text. How much poetry has Ora read?
Probably very little. She'd probably skip to the last page just to see if there was anything monumental.
It looks very dense. It looks like something you would never put yourself through.
Still not another erotic novel.
Oh, I think here, this might be what you're looking for. And I take one of the books I mended and kind of like awkwardly hand it over.
Is it on the top shelf? Is that why you're okay?
Yeah, she can't see it.
Oh shit, there's a whole world of naughty books on the top
Yeah.
shelf. All these
Somebody in
books.
chat come up with a name for the erotic novel that Oro's just picked up.
Should
Best
start a
name
thing-
gets a inspiration point.
I should start a thing where people can just suggest books and authors.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
We're all waiting for the names now.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the names to come pouring in. But we'll move on for now until we get a good one. Or until we get any. Dwarfs, Rocks and Cocks, it's already good. Wait, I'm thinking. Excellent. But now you're fairly confident that you could probably push through into the other part of the building now.
Oh. No, Adam, absolutely not. No, I veto that one. I veto.
I'm trying to remember what the name of the fake one I wrote the previous one was, so we can cameo in this. But we're not going to go there. No horse
No.
dick jokes in this campaign. I've promised.
Oh, Arcana Sutra is
Arcana
really
Sutra.
good.
Oh no, that's really good.
That's very good.
What's that? Clegg Stonehammer's 99 Bars and Bawdy Houses, a travelogue. That's excellent.
Oh,
That's
that looks
excellent.
good too.
I like that it's a travelogue as well.
Can I make you pancakes in the morning?
Aw.
I like the Clegg Stonehammer's travelogue too. That's a really good one. These are all officially books in the library.
Yeah.
Kidding.
They're all there. Absolutely all there. Which of those does Oro pick up? It's hard to pick, right?
It's hard to pick. I should pick up the Wancakes one. Because she's like, what
Okay.
fucking Wancakes?
She picks up the Wancakes one. Okay. And in picking up the Wancakes, Adam earns an inspiration point. I really like Arcana Sutra. That's really clever.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have a long list of book titles I
50
came up
Shades
with
of
to describe
Fey.
each point in knowledge I had.
Shit.
That's so good.
God damn.
Came up to describe each point of on knowledge I had. And oh, that's awesome. That's really clever. I have epic levels in knowledge player. I have a D&D book generator website that I use.
Oh, nice.
I got a lot of other things to prep. I'm not going to sit here and come up with 20 book names.
That's fine.
It's so funny how like different like DM styles are, because we've talked before about how like criminally low prep I am and how I'm really just like super high level overview and then make it up as I go most of the times. But the shit that I will put effort into 100% prepping is like the books in a library. Like, that's the stuff that I'm like, yeah, this I'm gonna spend an hour coming up with, but not, you know, like designing the battle. That's gonna take me 10 minutes and I'm gonna think of what exactly I want to do with it, you know, like after. But those books though.
Barry Blotter and the Necromancer's Bone.
Also good. Maybe every time we come back here, Oro will pick up a new book.
Yes.
From that list.
That's so good. Dwarves,
Every
Rocks,
time
and
we
Cocks.
rest, like spend the night here.
Yeah, Oro goes to the library first.
Nearly offering centerfolds to Oro. Right. What's the POA? That's
Well,
Jack
everyone
getting into
else
my head.
is.
Jack
Okay.
says that a lot.
What's POA? Oh, plan of
Plan of
action.
action.
Yeah.
What did you say POA? Who do you think he is?
He's just
He
really
thinks he's-
cool.
He thinks he's a cool.
All right. Hear that, Jack? You're really cool.
Book of the
Not
Naughty.
cool enough to be here.
I mean, he was here earlier, but you know.
Uh,
He's got video games to play.
And Atticus came in here with us, right?
Yes.
How long has it been?
That you've been looking at these books.
Yeah, like, and
Tell
like,
me.
10 hours have
Well,
passed by.
yeah,
I mean,
well, like,
faffing with the door and stuff has been about 30 minutes.
yeah, we'd be like, well, we could. As much as I want to carry on exploring, your ring won't come off, and like there's a ghost trying to murder people.
Oh, right.
Like we can carry on looking, and I want to explore a bit, but
Or it's just in a book. But
And that's Buck Boy.
this is Book Boy. Yeah, but the thing is, Book Boy's got all he wants now.
But but didn't Parsnip find something important? Was it in this room? Parsnip, did you find it in here?
Parsnip seems to just look very confused and kind of no, and then wanders off back to the kind of debris that's covering the rest of the hallway. You can see that there's a very, very small tunnel that's been made by Parsnip to access the rest of the house. But it's like as you kind of notice now, you can see kind of in the fur of Parsnip along his back that he has he's kind of got like the paint and stuff that's come off of the debris has kind of got into his fur and matted a little bit. So you can see that he's been scraping his way through there. How I Charmed Your Mother, A Bard's Tale.
That's beautiful. Enlarge and all its uses. A comprehensive guide for the horny wizard.
That's excellent.
Oh
need to-
my god.
I need to copy and paste all of these into a Word document.
It's so good. So good.
I definitely think that we should go talk to the person who was hurt. But just in case there are other really useful things, maybe we should go see where Parsnip got this from.
You think having moved all the stuff previously to do this, bearing in mind this is still early morning, we could give you an hour and you will have excavated it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can cast Enlarge on someone if we need to.
Okay.
Probably Randall, who doesn't have a -1, I hope.
I really love the idea that the Enlarge spell requires a page of an erotic novel as a material.
We have so many now.
I mean, having just read that title on the shelf, Randall is very uncomfortable with the use of this large spell now.
What, Enlarge and all of its uses are comprehensive guides for the horny wizard?
Yes, Nugget is still alive, Ben. No worries.
Yeah, man. Don't worry, we'd all be crying if Nugget was dead.
We wouldn't even be here playing.
That's true. We'd all leave.
Top review on the Elven Cosmo. Thanks to this tome, I have found many ways to use prestidigitation in order to mask my nightly activities. No need, because there's also the book 1000 Uses for Prestidigitation. That already covers it. Easy. So
Could have co-written that book.
we'll take the hour that you guys are working together as a team, a cohesive unit, to excavate this debris and move it out of the way. For the most part, you've got a couple of wooden beams that you've managed to wedge in positions that's holding up the weight of the ceiling that's still, kind of drooping. But there is a functional doorway once again through to the rest of this part, the rest of this wing. And what we have. I'm gonna skip ahead.
Whoa.
Whoa. It's a room.
With a bed.
A big
You might
room.
say it could be a bedroom.
Oh my god.
So you found a large corridor, essentially, one that leads out into the graveyard that you could see from the outside of the house when you first arrived and did a circle. However, there are two large doors that have stained glass windows in them, and they are relatively, I'm using the term relatively, modest in the actual door itself.
Big
The
boobs. On this.
But they're slightly covered. So.
the stained glass itself is well made, but quite simple. It has large moons. I'm not helping myself with these
Huge
descriptions.
tracks of
Huge
lead.
moons. Big whole moons.
Large moons that are kind of burned into it, and you can see that the wood itself that makes up the door is relatively modest.
Modest.
Does it show like the phases of the moon, or does it just look like several moons?
It is the face of the moon.
Well, I'm going to
It
just
is.
like, indeed. I'm going to walk over to the door and like trace the moon phases with my hand, and then like listen at the door.
Okay. You hear nothing from the other side.
Mage Hand, the handbook for the single spellcaster.
Oh no!
Why? You're way too good at this. You're way too good.
Let's not talk about unseen servant. So I want to open that door.
No.
Okay. So pushing the door open reveals to you a temple, a small shrine. Exploring into the side caverns will also show you some side rooms. Okay. This is a shrine, or a very, very, very small temple to the goddess Selûne, or Selûne, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It is very clear to you because this goddess is, though not supremely prominent in all kind of when it comes to like number of temples, she's not high on the list, but pretty much everybody recognizes Selûne as a goddess. She is the goddess of the moon and all of the domains that come along with that.
Cool.
Like werewolves.
Like werewolves.
Does it look like it's been like obviously this part of the house has been blocked off for a long time? Does it have like, is it really like dusty and is there debris everywhere, or did it kind of like make it through unscathed, just inaccessible?
This room in particular looks pristine. You can see that there is a large altar on the far side that has a kind of a parapet alongside it. There are some texts that are there. In the northernmost room, you can see that there is a small library that has more religious texts specific to Selûne, with a preparation chamber to the south. There are more stained glass windows that lead to the western side of the outside that have Selûne's symbol, which is that of a pair of eyes surrounded by 7 stars. The morning light is casting through these windows and lighting the room with lots of different colors, as the stained glass windows have reds and yellows and greens that are kind of cast all across the floor in a pattern. And you, as you watch the pattern, you can see that the floor itself is also kind of, the stone has been chiseled into different sigils. On the altar at the far end, you see a small box.
I kind of like look around at Oro and Randall.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's interesting how clean it is in here. Everything else seems kind of dirty, and I mean, for good reason. Boulders in the house. I'm gonna go over to the box. Thank you, Kawaifu, for understanding my what's in the box.
Who's drawing little squares all over the map?
Yeah. I think it's Katie.
Oh, it's Katie.
Oh, am I accidentally drawing squares?
Yeah,
Oh my
lots of
god.
Tons of little squares everywhere. They've all got your like little kind of purpley color.
I had accidentally clicked on draw shape instead of the like move, and so I kept trying to move and it wasn't working, and so I was like zooming out and in. I was like, I guess my Roll20 is broken. Drawing little squares. Oh my god. Anyway, I go over and I'm going to just like glance over at these papers that are there, and then I'm going to open the box.
The box itself looks more like a kind of a gift. It's gift wrapped. It is there's a bow on the top that is pulled, not too taut, but gently placed. It looks incredibly purposeful. It looks even that it has been placed symmetrically on the altar, and it looks meticulous. As you lift the lid, you find a note inside, and it reads, "Nurali, on your birthday." Underneath, you can see that there is a robe. And the robe itself is incredibly well made. It is beyond something that you've never seen anything like it, even remotely. You've never even heard of a material that would fit its description. And it is stunning. However, it also appears to be somewhat ethereal to the sense that it is almost transparent. But you can feel the texture of the material, and it is it's incredibly soft, but it also seems relatively durable. There is definitely an arcane hum about it. The note is not written in common.
What's it written in?
It is written in Celestial.
Do I know whether either of them speak Celestial?
They do not.
Okay.
This is how to twin cast Fireball.
Mum.
I prepared explosive runes today.
How did you know?
What?
I'm gonna take that. What color is the ribbon that the box was wrapped in?
It's kind of a mauve. Mauve?
Mauve. I'm gonna take the ribbon that was
It's
wrapped
your
around
color.
the box.
It's the color
Okay.
you use.
Mauve is correct. I'm gonna take the ribbon that was wrapping the box and just kind of like tie it around one of the like large braids in my hair.
Sure.
Well, obviously, you put this here, right? Is Atticus still with us?
No.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Aurora?
No. I look at Randall.
I've never been here.
That was the most guilty way to say it. Like, I've never been here.
No.
I was also mocked about that stupid color word. So you don't know anything about this? And I show them the note to see if they can if there's any recognition in their faces when they read it.
You see the note, and it is written in it's penned in an ink that is kind of difficult for you to even see. It kind of looks a little bit like as the light hits it, it shimmers and moves slightly, like it's almost still liquid. And it is in a language and a scripture that you definitely cannot read.
Okay. Or is like
Does
really
it-
close to the note, like no.
Does it remind me of the way Nurali's wings look like?
There is definitely a quality to the robe that matches that somewhat.
Which I definitely have like in my hands and I'm looking at as I was
Sure.
like handing the note.
I can't read this. Is there even writing on it?
What does it say?
This is a birthday present.
Well, I didn't. I was gonna get you something in town, but
Well, you didn't know, so that's why I was confused.
I also had no idea. Yeah, that's true.
Yep, caught me out there. Yeah, no, I had no idea.
I didn't tell you, so I don't know how you would have known.
Oh no, but I forget everything, so I forget it from
You get a calendar and I'll write them on it for next
I like to
time.
think that Randall has a list of everyone he's ever known that's also got their birthdays and like favorite colors and like favorite foods and like stuff.
Like it's like the dating site questions that are like, what are your hobbies? What's your favorite food? Things like that. Just gonna go sit down. Are those like pew-esque type of benches there?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And you'll once again notice that this entire place is absolutely spotless.
Mm-hmm.
To a unnatural degree.
I think I figured it out. Nugget left the gift. Nugget knows all that.
That's what it
Where's
was.
Nugget now?
It's true.
Nugget kind of just like dribbled on a paper, and it happened to be celestial.
This is how we knew. I'm gonna tuck the box under one arm, and I've got this beautiful robe in the other one, and I'm just going to go like sit quietly on one of the benches and have like a moment of quiet contemplation and thankfulness.
Sure.
I want to go into the library a bit.
Sure. More books.
They're Rotacunian.
Would you, whilst they are having it some time, perhaps like a short rest in order to identify any characteristics about this robe?
Yeah, that was definitely my thought. Since I don't actually have identify, was if they end up poking around for at least 30 minutes or so, or don't ask me to go do something else, that's definitely what I'm going to be doing.
I think we can give you 30 minutes, Joel. Okay. So the item that you have found yourself in possession of, pardon me, is, where have I written it down? It is a robe of glamour.
Oh, it's glamorous.
Glamorous.
So, boop, boop, boop. Boop. So this is a slight change on glamoured studded leather, which you can find in DMG page 172. Whilst wearing this armor, you gain +1 bonus to armor class. You can also use a bonus action to speak the armor's command word and cause the armor to assume the appearance of a normal set of clothing or some other kind of armor. You decide what it looks like, including color, style, and accessories, but the armor retains its normal bulk and weight. It uses the illusory appearance lasts until you use this property again or remove the armor. A characteristic of which I would like to add to this is that it does not get dirty.
Oh my god.
The best thing ever. Now, just because I've never played a sorcerer before, I can wear like leather armor, or is this is actually a robe?
It's a robe.
Okay.
I am altering it from the base of studded leather glamour armor from the PM.
So if I grab the glamoured studded leather from the compendium and drop it into my character sheet, the properties are still the same, but I can totes use it.
Yeah, robes will just be an item of clothing. It gives you +1 AC, but you won't use the armor stat of studded leather armor.
Okay, I will just make it manually then.
I would recommend that, yeah. Just in case adding it makes it change your armor class. You'll have the exact same armor class as you did before, but +1. In addition, you can change its shape and appearance, and it doesn't get dirty.
And you've got a book of inspiration.
At a free level.
Oh, free level. Yes, thank you. I'm holding you to that one.
Oh, hey, it's my birthday too. I can't believe you guys forgot.
I got other gifts coming for you guys. Don't you worry. I'm spreading the focus around for everybody. Everyone gets a little bit of something sprinkled here and sprinkled there.
Also, I want to know what it's something sprinkled here and sprinkled.
You can be level 1 forever you want.
No.
No.
The Lion, the Warlock, and the Dimension Door. That's amazing! That's so good! Thomas Oprah. You get a magic item, and you get a magic item.
I love it. So I'll just, because I can't change the property of the item that I have put in there, or at least I haven't figured it out yet. I'm just gonna like AC modifier in my thing there, and then go mess with it later.
And this is when Nugget gains the deck of many things. Eyebrow. Okay, so Neroli spends some time to herself contemplating the miraculous gift that has appeared in the Temple of Saloon. Whilst you guys poke through some books, have a good old time finding some new literature to read whilst you're having a poo.
Yeah.
And you reconvene. Is there anything that you would like to discuss before maybe moving on?
I'm trying to find on the character sheet where I can add the.
Or if you'd like to do it, in an intermission or at the end of the
Yeah.
Actually, we could have a break now if you wanted.
Well, I just don't.
It's about halfway through, isn't it?
I'll just write 13 and remember that I have the robe there because I can just do it that, but I didn't want to chance it messing something up later. That's okay. So while they were looking around in the side rooms and stuff, I want to have taken a second to kind of slip into whichever side room that they weren't in and change into this robe. When I command it to look like something, it keeps that. It's not like a concentration thing, right?
No,
if I go to sleep,
yeah.
it stays.
It stays that way until you use it to change to another thing.
Okay.
Or I assume an anti-magic cone hits it.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. I hope there's enough room for undergarments in this room.
There is. It's not a whole kit and caboodle in itself. It's something you put over other things.
Okay. Yeah,
that
perfect.
would be
That'll go
very
over then. Then it's going to, when I first come out, it's going to be a deep cerulean blue, and there's going to be.
I know what that sounds like. I know what cerulean looks like. Yeah. Mid lighting
whatever
in the
ocean
whatever
water.
comes out of your mouth right now is not going to make any difference to how my picture is.
Do you know what color ocean water is? The water in the ocean?
Cerulean blue.
it's that one. Yeah, got it.
So all the pictures of Caribbean Ocean where the water is lit, the shallow water is lit by the sunlight.
It's a nice light blue.
It's a very specific
nice blue.
That's the exact thought process that I go through whenever anyone mentions a D&D word, and I'm just like, what? Oh, you mean it really... You need to speak to me properly. I don't know what that means.
Speak to me properly.
Jenny, do you know off the top of your head, without?
No, I don't know what's cerulean blue.
Okay, good. We're on the
I guess
same
I just
page.
really focus on specific colors a lot. Anyway, it's blue. It's kind of like a dark cerulean now that we've all seen it. So it's a mid color blue, but it's got stars and constellations on it. And
the kind of blue that's in the background of this picture of Oro.
yeah.
Stop sharing that picture of me.
And it's got moons on the sleeves.
Ooh.
Oh.
Moons.
Fucking cool shit.
What phase are the moons in?
All of them around the sleeves.
Oh.
Wow. When Oro says it, she's just like, wow. It didn't look like that a minute ago, did it? It didn't look like that.
No, I think I can kind of change it. And I'm going to think about the way my normal clothes look and just change back into the gray robe.
Blink of an eye.
Wow.
What magic is this?
I'm not sure exactly. It's the most interesting thing I've ever seen, I think.
Oh. Cool.
Well, apparently they just leave around in presents for people.
Sweet.
Well, I
There's a
think it
magic
was on
temple.
purpose.
You should come back to the temple tomorrow. There'll be another one.
Okay.
It's a daily gift for the temple. It's free to play games. It's make sure to sign in for your daily gift.
Yeah. And this one is just to Randall on a Monday.
It's a scone.
Advent calendar temple.
If we look around the side rooms and the papers on the altar, do we find anything like of note? Is it just like a bunch of religious texts, or?
It's religious text for the most part.
Okay.
Like, oh, this is what there's a description of a rite that you would do to endorse a marriage and specific holidays, hymns. Yeah.
Hers.
Darling.
Hers. Hims and hers.
Oh my gosh. Thems.
Hims.
Randall, Twitch Prime subscription.
Oh my god.
Nearly had to watch a 30-second ad.
Nah, just spent our shards on it.
A channel point. All of her chins went towards.
Oh man.
I'll probably be spending time here periodically, if that's okay. I say this to like Randall.
No. Definitely, of course.
Now I'm in the library. Reading. Studying.
I will also be in the library.
Studying. Reading.
Yes, reading.
Reading.
She's like putting. There's like one of the bookshelves. She's like put all of the erotic novels into that one area, just for ease of access. You know.
Yeah. Whilst
own
all the tall
personal
people are
library.
around, get them all to move them a bit.
Yeah. Randall is actually sponsored by D&D Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Start
Should-
your subscription today.
You know how we used to have the D&D... Is it D&D Beyond, the extension that we were using for a little bit?
Yep.
Do we
Mhm.
think we should do that again? Is that what...
That is entirely down to you guys because I have to do no work for it at all.
I have the legendary bundle in D&D Beyond now, so I can make a campaign for it, and we can all do that, and then you won't have to hand type in everything.
Oh, shit.
I got it as a gift.
Ooh. I say that because I see a lot of other D&D streamers.
It's cool.
have,
It's cool to have. It's cool to
Yeah.
have, but again, it's all you doing the work. Like the most I had to do last campaign when we used it was for Casimir, and there's no Casimir in this, so I don't have.
What
to
do you
do
mean there's no Casimir in there?
Yet.
Casimir is alive and well. He's fine.
He'll be here any moment now.
Casimir appears.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
You are very low level. This is very funny to me.
Yeah, I think we could do that because it won't be nearly as much work if I do that. So all the source material is available to us. Versus
Sure.
the other thing.
If you and if people in the chat think that it's worth doing it, if that's what people like to look at in a D&D stream, then I think it's a good idea. If people don't really care then too much, then I don't know. I know when new people join sometimes they're like, what's happening? And sometimes that extension is helpful.
I think so. So for those of you who aren't aware, having the D&D Beyond extension allows you to see everyone's current hit points, the items that they've got on them, their spells and what they've got prepared and that kind of stuff. So that would be available to you guys. I know that some people really like that. I personally quite like going onto some D&D streams occasionally and just being like, oh, what spells do they have or whatever, you know, just because I'm nosy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a neat thing.
I have no spells. Easy.
Easy. Yeah, I mean, we probably won't do the hit point thing because that would require us to have it open all the time, which I think would be a bit of a pain in the ass. But for spells and shit,
Maximum hit points.
Mm.
When Nearly get hit by 30 points of damage, they can be like, how much of that is how much of that is
all of it?
Let me see. How many hit points do I have right now after a full night's rest? 21.
Ooh,
I would be
so many
unconscious.
hit points.
Do I know what the moon phase will be tonight in game?
Nearly would.
Yeah. Is it
Pick a moon
full
phase.
It's not a full moon. It is
Okay.
Half moon.
unfull moon.
Total eclipse.
Is it
A waning gibbous.
gibbous? Gibbous is the word. That's the one.
Let's do a waxing gibbous, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a waxing gibbous.
Waxing gibbous. So in a couple of days there'll be a full moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knows that. You didn't need to explain it.
Yes, I'm sure
It's a soda clip. No, total eclipse.
Of the heart.
Oh my god.
I don't know if the Americans ever had the Jaffa cake.
I don't know whether Jaffa cake. No, I don't think Jaffa cakes exist.
I
Jaffa
think we've talked
cakes?
about Jaffa cakes before, and I feel like
Oh, so there was an advert on the TV a long time ago where they had Jaffa cakes and they were showing the phases of the moon. So they'd be like, the Jaffa cake's like this little cake, and it's like full moon, half moon, total eclipse, and it's now it's in everyone's like in the British, everyone in the Britain's DNA.
I love that.
Did you find the ad? Did you find it?
Yes, I did.
I
And
assume
Tom
you
clicked the
clicked
link.
that link, yes.
Yeah.
I would play it, but it'd be really loud, like it was when I accidentally clicked it. Brought to you by Jaffa Cakes, I wish.
When did they ever have tubes like that? I don't remember that.
999.
Like Pringles.
Wow.
Tubes.
All foods came in tubes in 1999. It was a cool thing to do.
Cheese.
999.
999. 999.
These are Jaffa cakes now.
Are they like marshmallow and chocolate?
No.
It's like orange jam, marmalade.
Yeah, like cake. You didn't
Yeah.
really sell it very well.
No, they're delicious.
They
That's
are
all you need to
quite
know.
tasty.
They're very tasty. Anyway, D&D.
Yep. What's behind rock number 1? Toward the north.
We can move that rock there.
Move that rock.
The other rocks, unfortunately, are to demonstrate that those staircases have been blocked by damage of some sort.
I see.
That's the only damage to the temple, though. And
Correct.
it's not really the temple itself. It's more like
Correct.
stairs away from it. Okay.
Yeah.
Spooky, creepy temple.
How is it so clean? I want
It's watched over.
Oh. Well, this is very overwhelming and cool. Aura doesn't know much about like this type of stuff, so she's a bit like overwhelmed and like whoa, wow, like she was with the herb.
Understandably. Where's Randall's head at the moment?
It's just wondering why this is here. Like, he doesn't know much about what's his face.
Caspian?
Yes. But he probably didn't expect there to be like a magic temple in his house. Especially given how much like damage there is everywhere else. It's like such a strong contrast back here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a bit what the fuck.
It's a bit what the fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kawaii said, purchase the campaign DLC to access these doors.
Is I'm going to like I'll be right back and wander off, slide back out to the main area. And I'm going to get a tiny bit of wine. Do we have any wine on hand? We have like a little bit, right?
There is a absolute metric fuck ton of kegs over here that all are filled with different kinds of alcoholic beverages.
It doesn't have to be like super expensive or fancy, but just going to get a tiny bit of wine and put it in a bowl
Sure.
and carry it back.
Please don't give it to Parsnip.
Not giving it to Parsnip. I'm just going to leave it on the altar.
Okay.
Is there like there's an image there, like an effigy or a symbol there?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it by the altar.
Sure. Would you like to describe explain your intent behind this?
So, as far as I know, during certain times of the month, we would we often would leave wine by the times of the month. That's not what I meant. But I saw that face.
Well, I saw Jenny's face and I was like, huh.
There were like rituals and offerings wherein we would leave out bowls of like wine
Sure.
by
Okay.
the altar and stuff. And so it's kind of like a little bit of thankfulness and gratitude and like recognition that I feel like I understood what happened here, at least
Okay.
to an extent, or I understand the like presence of whom I think might have done this. And then because it's more of like an offering than anything else, just kind of like go and like, kind of like, I guess like internally, I probably wouldn't say anything out loud, especially if they're standing around. But just set it down and think. I don't know if I would kneel. I don't think I would. I think I would stand there in front of the little image thing or whatever, and just kind of. I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, this is very nice, and I can see that it would be very useful. And I'm not sure if you had anything specific in mind, but I thank you. I've never had something so nice before. And I'm glad that this place is well watched over. I hope this shows my understanding and gratitude. Set it down.
Okay. So Nerly has spent some time in the temple whilst you guys are poring over the little books and the literature that you can find in the library. The rest of the house still seems quite inaccessible, and it would take a significant amount of work as far as you can see from now to make any more leeway. But you know that there are other things you need to be doing. You've got the news of the attack on Penelope Cullstone. You've got the note that you were left in your bag as you left for Miller's Bluff, if you recall, from Thistle.
So many options.
What to do?
Can I have a look in the graveyard? Can I do none of those things?
You can try the door.
I try the door. It's locked.
It's locked.
What about?
Are you trying the door to this?
No, to the south.
It's the south to the graveyard.
I want to try that room though.
Yeah.
Room.
That door is open. It's accessible.
Let us go.
It is a bedroom. It is bare. There isn't. I mean, it's functional.
It's a bare
there is a bed.
There's a bear.
And there's a chest for keeping personal belongings in, but otherwise everything is empty. It's a functional thing, but empty.
And Atticus isn't by us anymore. Kind of.
He's kind of hovering, but not in your immediate vicinity.
Like off the ground.
He's doing the Atticus thing. He's doing the Atticus thing of keeping busy, but being accessible.
Atticus, come on.
Yes.
Do you remember these rooms over here? Like the one with the moons over there, or this one?
No, I don't remember any of it. It feels so long ago that I was even in this part of the house. Perhaps with time, some of my memories will return to me, but I worry that they may be gone for good.
That's okay.
I hope that the spottiness of my mind is not cause of concern for you, and that my services will still suffice.
Don't worry, Atticus.
You're doing great.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. Is there anything that you need?
I don't think so.
Very well. He kind of leans to himself. I've put aside an area in the library that is at an accessible level for you, Madam Oro, that you can fill with your own books.
Thank you, Atticus. You're a real one.
You a real one.
You can read those books anytime, Atticus. Don't worry about
Well,
it.
Yuck.
Subscribe to a yearly Housebound plan, then Atticus can have all of his memories back. Otherwise, each memory will be an additional fee.
99 pence a day is all we need to help an Atticus in need.
Oh.
Randall has a skeleton key. It's called a fist. I do got the Gucci armor, Tortu. I think this might be a good time for a break, mostly because I need to take a break.
Bio break, folks.
Woohoo!
Yes.
BRB.
Oh.
It's gonna be one of those times where I don't need to pee, and then everyone
Just
comes
gonna
back,
pee.
and then I'm like, oh, okay, I need to pee.
Just go
Well,
pee
go pee.
now.
I'm gonna try.
Do it. Try your best.
Try
I
it.
don't think I need to pee, but I'm gonna try.
Do it for chat.
I'm doing this for you, chat. I'm doing this for you. Believe in me.
I think I put some music on in the background. I don't know whether you can hear it. That might be too loud now. That'll do. Go stretch and get water. No, you. It was good. It was good? What do you mean it was good? Turn it up a little bit.
I don't even care where we go. It's far away from here.
This was a triumph.
We got that at
Okay,
exactly
no,
the
okay.
same time. It was really weird.
This potty break brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Listen, everyone makes Raid Shadow Legends memes, but every one of those adverts that I've seen and actually watched have had a little bit of a chuckle from me.
Wow.
They're at least a little bit funny.
Slow down.
You gotta give it to them, you know.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
Their advertising is aggressive, but it's chuckle worthy.
Chuckle worthy. That was the other
Yeah.
series of Chuckle Vision, but they didn't go.
Do I want to refill my drink? Yes, I do. Yeah.
Do it.
Go, go, go.
Do it. Am I too warm in this jumper? I might be too warm in this jumper. This is like fluffy on the inside. I'll be right back. Wait.
Are we talking about stripping on stream? Hold on, y'all. I'll leave for 5 seconds.
Hello.
Hello.
Where's Jenny gone?
I don't know.
You cannot strip
Oh.
on stream. Oh, I assume she's
Jenny
changed.
Hot and needed to get a new jumper.
A new
Sweater.
Put another jumper on if you.
Meanwhile, I meant to grab a robe because I'm cold, and I forgot to grab it. So I'm just gonna be cold.
Womp womp. I like your new
Womp womp.
jumper.
Oh, thanks. It was too warm with the other one. It get changed.
You
I didn't
really
strip on
cheap.
stream. Just it will get banned. Bad idea.
Avoid bans.
Void bans.
Smart. Right, let's move this over here.
Guys, I need your opinion. When I change the overlay, right, what colour do you think should be, like, the main colour? What colour do you think, like, you know, if you see it on the homepage, you'd click on it, you know?
Ooh. You mean D&D or for your channel in general?
Like, D&D, I guess.
Okay.
Because everyone has browns. Browns is the norm.
I think maybe we should avoid browns then.
Yes, I hate browns. So I don't know why I left it with browns in this one, just because I was like, I need to do something.
Well, we didn't really have. You didn't have much to go on, did you?
No, you need to get the feel of a campaign
Yeah.
first.
You
know?
can't. Yeah, from scratch, a brown is grand. You know, that's fine.
Mhm.
Okay. From scratch, brown. Do we need cerulean?
I was gonna say blue and green are colors I think that are engaging to people and eye-catching.
Mm.
So like either like a Kelly green, or like I like not royal blue. What is it? London blue is a color that I think is eye-catching. London blue. Hi,
Why
Mary.
is everything that just when Doc's drink stings, he's just so sexy about it? Mary Nerd. Hi, Mary Nerd. I don't think I've said hello to you properly actually yet, but I've seen you in chat a bunch of times because I tend to lurk into this channel. New person here, hi. Where can I recap what's going on? It's like starting a book halfway through. Well, thankfully, so the last campaign that we did was like 3 years long. So we were like, let's maybe this time we'll put the VOD up on YouTube. So they are accessible
Oh,
if
God.
you fancy watching all the VODs. If you don't, oh my God, that is a link I have. Jesus.
Time me out, don't
Uh,
time me out. Yeah, that was terrible.
If you don't want to like we need a BRB screen with everyone waiting for the privy. Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. Oh my God, that's so good. But if you so for a kind of a general overview, we have Nirali, played by Casey, we have Randall, played by Doc, and we have Oro, played by Jenny, who are a group of adventurers who have been brought together by seeking fame and fortune and whatever in the town of Nesmith. What they've happened upon is the fact that Randall was brought here by inheriting this house. The others kind of came here looking to join an adventuring party because this is known to be the place to go to start adventuring parties. And we're finding out as we go along that there are some mysterious goings on. But for the most part, we have quite nice little modular quests that we've been on, and we've just finished a quest. So the next quest will be something. Who fucking knows? At the moment, we're in a bit of downtime.
Also,
but like I said-
Nugget.
Oh, yeah, also there's Nugget. Yeah, Nugget is a. Wait, do we have a command for Nugget?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do.
There you go. There's Nugget.
And there's also a Google Doc of character art if you want to see what our characters look like and shit like that, if
Yeah,
that
I
interests you.
If
The
that-
London Blue.
if you fancy.
Ooh.
The randiest of boys.
That's me.
Yes.
But you were ready.
What you eat?
Business card.
Hey.
I only got one, so I can't give it to you. You have to remember all the facts.
Just look at it.
Oh, you need to put my business card into it that you made. Or is this, can I edit it too?
I think I share. I know Docs asked for permission to edit it, so I might
You can
need to
just put it in
send
there
you the
then.
link to edit it.
Through Nugget, we all share the experience of Tom's thousands of accents. I can do like a 3 accents.
You say
One of them
that.
just happens to be Scottish, and that's arguable, really. I can do a borderline Scottish accent, an okay-ish Irish one
Sound like an
sometimes.
Adrian's Wall accent.
I'm gonna put the link in our Discord call. It's just if you want to add any like description stuff that we might not see in photos or anything. If you want anyone to know about it.
I got so
What
many
happens?
Yeah, I was
responses.
gonna say you're opening a can of worms there with Katie.
I'll try to limit the reference links on images to 3 or less.
There's a bunch on mine as well, so I was like, everyone, please go ahead because I've just gone mad with mine. So.
It's like, what does Randall look like? He is a robot. He looks like a monk. But that is, but that's okay. That's your
I
vision.
had done more than that at some point, but I don't know where it went.
You're amazing, Tom. Shh, stop. You.
You?
Commission to
Randall
catch
is
up?
Aang
No
without the
problem.
arrow.
No problemo. So yeah, no. For the most part, we're doing modular quests that might have more underlying stuff. Who knows?
No.
It's a mystery. We're still pretty early on. What did we say? It was episode
14.
14.
14? 14, yeah.
So we're still pretty early on. We started at level
We
1.
don't even know.
Started at level 1, so we are slowly but surely getting up. We're level 4 at the moment. 4. Level 4 at the moment.
Level 4. So
In the
no.
last quest, Jenny was like, well, "Do we get to level up?" I was like, "No."
Fuck.
Gotta get back to level 14, come on.
Yeah. Okay. So what we do now? We just had a talk with Atticus.
Mhm. And you're
Uh,
trying. What's the plan of action? What are you doing with your day? You've had a good leaf around the building, the new wing that's opened up a little bit. You've had your interaction with whatever the fuck happened with. Apparently, it's Nerudi's birthday.
oh yeah, need to write that down in my notes.
Episode 14.
23rd day of whatever the fuck.
I was
month.
gonna say
The
she's not
year
gonna
of
have any
something.
fucking idea what day it is. I also wrote down birthday instead of birthday, and I'm gonna leave it like that.
Hey,
Birthday.
Hey,
Birthday.
birthday,
It's
it's your
birthday.
birthday.
it's birthday's birthday.
Birthday.
Party like it's your
Birthday's
birthday.
Hat birth. Hat birth.
Atticus is a level 20 barbarian. Oh no, I can't
Rachel
fight Atticus.
rages.
Just
Level
wasted.
20 barbarian, maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Wasted class.
It's more of a Sagittarius.
Sings
So-
to rage.
Give you both. Give you both.
But plan of action, what are we doing?
Bed.
There was nothing in the bedroom. Like
Done.
we could have looked through it and there was nothing of note in there.
Do we level up?
I feel like something pretty epic happened, honestly. Definitely
Yeah,
level 5.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The more you push it, the less likely it's gonna happen. Every time you ask about it, we add another episode before you get another
I'm
hour.
kidding.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
think we should
Kidding.
level up.
It's just for a joke. Okay, so we're either gonna help that Penelope lady, or try to. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do that, or that Thistle woman person.
Oh, we still don't know what Thistle wants from us, that's true.
No.
I'm assuming all this is in character.
Yeah.
Good. I say that because I heard Katie use her non-nerdy voice.
I did use my non-early voice. Well,
There you go.
we kind of know what's wrong with Penelope.
Yeah, but the way of
She a lying bitch! There's no way she was attacked by nobody! What this bitch talk about? It's alright, I was making a funny joke. That was way funnier for me than anyone else, and I apologise for interrupting, because I saw Jenny's face go...
it wasn't like that.
No.
It wasn't like a scoff, like oh fuck. How could you intrude?
Sorry.
But I also don't know if we have a way of helping her without making all of her family that's tied to the end not exist anymore. So maybe we go see what Thistle wants. And perhaps it's getting her forest back from the creepy ghost girl that's really angry. And we just hope that it works out. And we can come back to Penelope later today.
Sure.
Okay.
Better than any idea I had, which was no idea.
We need to be careful with this, although remember, like,
True. True.
bad news.
Bad news.
Bad news.
Scary news.
I remember you saying that, but did she do something bad to you? Because it seemed like she just kind of was there and you were worried.
Exactly.
He's a book nerd who met a girl. I was intimidated by
Just
her.
a pretty girl. Not,
Just pretty
you
girl.
know.
And then Honu was like, you did a good job. Avoiding
Oh, what
that.
did Hanu say about her?
That she uses mortals as her playthings. Or something to the effect.
That was maybe slightly exaggerated.
That's what Randall says.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should be on guard. On guard. Yeah.
Tom, I'm glad we're the same person as we're both like, oh God.
God. It's even in chat.
Where do we go for this bitch then? I mean, this lovely lady.
She's always listening.
Maybe we should go back to the forest where you
Yeah.
saw her the first time.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's scary.
So you leave the safety of Kinshire Manor and you walk down into town, knowing that she, at least the tree that has been in the past attributed to her,
Very
is on the other side of the village, up the north cliff edge.
We don't have to go
and-
over the river to get there, do we?
Yes. Well, the river on the north edge.
Is Nugget with us?
Yes.
Cool.
If you want Nugget to be with you.
Always.
It's probably going to be helpful.
Yeah.
Given that there's a river.
Nuggets watching us from a distance.
We can hit it
So,
with fireball first.
walking through the town, you
Yeah.
pass by through the main market square,
Mm-hmm.
as you do,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that Evelyn has returned to the post where she was previously. She's still begging outside of the market. And outside the Curled Talon Inn is one Penelope Culstone. She is currently hugging a Calimshite, I believe that's the correct pronunciation, lady who is quite clearly robed in the attire of a wizard. Astride this wizard lady is a dragonborn who is clad in some heavy armor, and a younger gentleman who has a lute on his back. And she is hugging this wizard lady tightly. There's still the general hubbub of activity around you. You know, the town is awake now. Our nemesis party.
I already hate them. They're going to steal things from us.
But he's got a loot. That's really cool.
That's just cool. True.
We definitely
As you
said
approach,
she
you
was-
can
that
hear
the Dragon
you
Ball
hear
was
the
astride.
words.
You
What?
definitely said that the Dragon Ball was astride the wizard.
Oh, did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah, you
okay.
did.
I believe that's what I
It
said.
just
Let's be honest.
while Penelope's hugging one of them, it's fine. We've seen stranger things, Sal.
I've said plenty of worse weird things. You know, my
It's because you had to come up with all those erotic novels. Like,
Astride,
it
yeah.
affects you.
Astride, is that what I said?
Muscle wizard that also counts as a mount.
Oops. Sorry. Okay. Right. Anyway, that's them.
You said
As
we
you,
heard words.
as
Yeah.
you approach them, you can hear Penelope say, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." As she sobs into the robe of this wizard.
Like, I
This is not the
kinda wanna
first
ask
time
them.
that you've seen other adventurers around this
No.
town.
Mhm.
True.
So we
So
don't
you
need
know
to,
that
like,
this is
play
you
Mark,
know
right?
this is this is my adventuring town. Get off my land. This
I
is
pee on
like,
everything.
you know, so as you know, it's a relatively active adventuring town, or relatively very active adventuring town. You've seen mostly other adventuring parties at the tavern or passing through adventuring prep store and in the market scattered around, less so bundled up, so well prepared as a unit. But this isn't the only thing that's notable about it is the fact that it's Penelope there. If this was anyone else, you might not have even clocked it.
I kind of quietly to like Oro and Randall say, I kind of want to ask what happened, but at the same time,
Maybe our problem's been solved.
Do we still have her bag?
oh, we should give that back. Yes.
Right, do we still have that, or did we give it to someone else to give
I
back?
don't know. I don't remember.
I think you gave it to Golgar at the Talon Inn,
I'm pretty sure we
and
did.
he said he would give it to her lost property style.
Okay.
We could check.
Then
if
ignore
she's
my
got it.
statement. I didn't. Wait, I remembered that.
Somebody's just binged all the VODs and gone like, "That's incorrect, Tom." Well, spoiler
Canon
alert.
now.
I say a lot of incorrect things.
We could at least ask her if she got it,
Yeah. Okay.
and then maybe we'll find out what happened
I like it.
without having to look nosy.
Go
Also,
for
she
it.
doesn't know that we did anything about this anyway, right?
I don't think so. I think
She might recognize you from when she woke up and ran away.
Oh.
But also, I reiterate that the contract was to figure out what was going on with people disappearing, and we definitely did that.
Did it?
we did.
And it said,
Check.
try to make him stop, and we made the guy leave. Meh.
True.
So,
Is everyone else okay with this very pedantic outline of how quests work? Are we all on the same page here, or is this just Katie?
I mean, if they had a specific, like, bring us the head of the person who's doing this, then we would have definitely had to have been like, okay, do we bring them the head, or do we say we couldn't bring ourselves to do that? But it was like,
The same goes for
we just-
Miller's Bluff, though. All you had to do was find out what was going on, but you went down there and solved the problem.
yeah, well, that because we wanted to then. And we know how to.
That's the main point. We didn't want to the time before.
I felt bad for the devil guy, and then he left, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna chase him down to the forest with crazy portals to the Feywild, and like, no, but like we couldn't have known the ghost girl was gonna go attacking people that don't have anything to do with the thing, right? So now it's become an issue, and we
I
need
mean,
to
she
look
seemed
into
she
it
seemed
again.
pretty like, do this for me, or I'm gonna fuck things up.
Well, then we
Yeah,
tried
but
talking
also-
to the people in the inn, and they were like, "Yeah, no, fuck off."
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
So we
Do
could make
I-
a decision, so we ran away. To Miller's Bluff.
listen, we're not
That's-
high
I mean,
level
it's
adventurers.
fine. This is. I mean, these are the choices that were made. There's no.
When
you
I
know,
said we
what's
wanted
done is
to,
done.
what I meant was like we had already fulfilled the quest and we were there, and something clearly needed to be done, and we are like, you know what, we could fix this. But we tried to follow up on the other one, and there was nothing else for us to do that seemed like a good pathway. So we were like, maybe we'll go do something else for a while.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're gonna edge over to Penelope.
Okay. Penelope is still head in this lady's arm, crying into it, sobbing, thanking her over and over again.
Excuse me, are you Penelope?
Yes.
Did you ever receive your coin pouch back from Golgar? We'd
Oh,
given
I-
it to him because we didn't know where you lived.
I recognize you. You were. And she points to Randall. A lot bigger the last time I saw you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
You saved me. There was a monster, and I saw the ghost lady. I saw her, and then she attacked me. But without you, I wouldn't have lived to today. Without these kind fellows, I wouldn't have lived last night either. My life has been a whirlwind recently. I've barely had a chance to shave. I thank you so much. I did manage to get my coin purse back.
I'm glad.
Oh, apologies. I should introduce you. Was there like the sound of like rival parties?
It's like the,
Introducing the villains.
The three profile pictures, and the three profile pictures come up, and there's the like clash sword sounds, and it's like,
Oh, it's like a half and half screen. We're in
Yeah.
the one half, they're in the top half.
Exactly.
yeah, and the images slide in from the side, and then there's the sword slashing sound between the two of them.
It's exactly. it.
Rival party.
It's
A new challenger approaches.
a lot big. It's a bit cold out right now.
A new challenger approaches.
Ooh. So this is Julia. Julia. The wizard goes forward and goes, "Hello! It's an absolute pleasure to meet you." She puts her hand out and she goes to shake each hands. And this is Isha. Penelope gestures to the Dragonborn. You can see now that you're a little bit closer that the Dragonborn has a holy symbol around their neck, a large warhammer on their back. And finally, this is Lest. This is Lest. And Lest stands forward and says, "Hello! Pleasure to meet you.
Oh god, I hate it already. Oh.
Listen, if I have any stereotypical bards, it's just a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Not all bards."
Hashtag not all bards.
It's not about the bard, it's about the accent. It's about the voice being used.
True.
It's similar to the Percy voice and someone else.
Nothing to do with Percy. Not even close to Percy.
Wait, who's Percy?
Percival, also aka Percy, was an NPC very early in our last campaign who was not well liked. Like most of my NPCs. Apart from Atticus, Parsnip, Casimir.
True.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Accurate.
Well, Sage is pretty good.
Sage was alright, yeah.
Sage is good.
Yeah.
Buff
I
is
like
pretty good.
Evelyn.
See, I've got some
He's
about Honu.
I like
Taking 20
Honu?
minutes to say anything.
He's not bad. He's just slow. You know,
I like
that's
that
okay.
old dude who got whipped into a billion pieces.
2 pieces, his head and then his body.
What was it that the bard said again? Hello, I'm what?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. Nice to meet
And
you as
he
well.
kind of he goes to kiss your hand. And he does the same with every single one of you.
Excellent.
Randall included.
Yes.
Oh,
But
man.
Nugget.
Nugget.
What a magnificent steed you have! Incredible! A giant bat! Just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Incredibly. Oh, imagine riding that into the night.
Yes, truly.
Oh,
Mm.
absolutely astounding. And this is your
Well into
steed.
the day.
Mine, yes, yeah. Hmm.
I love it. One of your stature, but I'm sure skill riding such a magnificent beast.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely incredible.
Yes, it's quite.
Have you had any art done?
No.
During our next expedition, I will acquire some materials. You can commission me.
Oh,
What do you do?
I dabble here and there.
Yes, you do.
Yes, see, I dabble here and there. Julia steps forward and puts a hand on his chest and pushes him back. It's really, really lovely to meet other adventurers. Have you been adventuring for very long?
Not too long.
No.
How,
Has
how,
it
how
been?
bizarre is it that we meet over the same circumstance of saving young Penelope here?
Mm.
Indeed, we would not get the credit for saving her if you had not saved her first.
But more importantly, it's really a shame that 2 terrible things have happened to her in such quick succession.
Absolutely, and that is why we have given all the funds of the reward to Penelope to recoup her losses and as well to the other victims. But that is really just, you know, how it is in the adventuring life, isn't it?
It can be. That's true.
Unfortunately,
least
they're
I
not
think so.
always happy endings.
You're right.
But in this instance, Penelope is safe. No other innocents were injured or harmed. And that dread ghost finished forever into oblivion, where she will rot for eternity.
What did you guys do?
Well, we stalked her out to the woods. I believe Penelope gave us the directions to the small outcrop that you found in the trees, and we were attacked unsurprisingly, by this wench, and we obliterated her. It was
Wow.
a hell of a fight. And you can see that Lest, the bard in the background, is like, yes, it was absolutely phenomenal. I cut him to pieces. And, I cut to the pieces with my scimitar. And he pulls out his sword like this. Ah! And she's like, he was out cold the entire time.
I see.
Isha in this has not said a single word.
Did we introduce ourselves yet?
Nope.
Good. Let's keep it on.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to do that. I think when we came across the first creature and we knew that it was working for something, and briefly encountered the spirit, it didn't seem that there was a way to defeat it so easily. So I admire your skill. My name is Nerly.
They very patiently, silently wait for other people
Oh.
to introduce
Oh.
themselves.
I am Randall.
Oh, I'm Oro. This is Nugget.
And you can see that Lest is just absolutely ecstatic about that. At this point, Isha has now moved over and is now kind of trying to stroke like the head of Nugget. And Nugget is not hating it.
Sounds like Nugget.
Nugget kind of looks at you a little bit like, I don't want to be cheating on you. But at the same time, this is kind of great.
Wherever I can get my scratch.
Which one's
from.
Isha?
Isha is the Dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Okay.
And Julia says, well, it's an absolute pleasure to meet every single one of you. You are esteemed adventurers in our eyes. The fight with the beasts last night was difficult. It was very trying, especially one man down, and she looks very slowly directly at Lest. But you can see that there are still there's damage to the armor that that Isha is wearing, and dried blood. That you can see there's a wound underneath that has been healed by magic.
What kind of
otherwise-
armor is it?
So they're wearing half plate.
Is that something I can fix with mending?
Um,
1 inch or 1 square foot of non-living material?
it would. Yeah, I think you could. Yeah.
Do you mind if I fix that for you? It'll only take a minute, literally.
She just kind of waits, looks down.
Get my wand. And I do the mending. I don't actually need material components, but I feel like what I end up doing with it in this case is like touching the ends, like almost making like a little silvery thread by touching like the end of the wand on like one side of where it's broken to the other, and like
Sewing it
mimicking
together.
like sewing it back together.
Mhm.
And at the end of the minute it finishes and it kind of like pulls it together and like pops the armor back out where it's supposed to be.
Sure. Okay. Well, spell slot.
It's a cantrip.
My God. Either way, she looks down and she says, "Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is very kind."
I'm glad you helped her.
Yeah,
I'm glad
congrats.
that you also helped her. And
I'm
you can see
glad
that
we all helped.
you can see that
We
Isha
all
is
glad.
very uncomfortable by having to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And Julia kind of steps forward once more and just says, "Well, we have things to do, adventures to embark upon. It's just, I hope we see you again. Perhaps we'll buy you around at the tavern next time we see you at the Carl Talon."
Yeah,
Drinks?
yeah,
Drinks?
yeah. We'll get you
Drinks?
drinks too.
Shots?
Yeah,
You want
yeah.
to tell us
shots,
the story?
Shots,
Shots,
shots, shots,
shots,
shots.
Hey, okay, great.
Okay,
See you
right,
later.
see you later.
Bye.
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 They're like awkward. We're trying to leave. They're like, please stop talking to us.
Yes,
Kind of
yeah.
like, okay, I'll see you.
Isha, in particular, has already gone. And you can see that Julia's kind of pushing Lest away. But they are
Grindel has 2 speeds. Can I have, while they were telling us the story of how they defeated it, can I do like an insight check on that? I didn't want to interrupt the story, but
Sure. Yeah, no, go ahead. It seems to you that the tale was, you know, is whatever the Bard Lest was saying was probably absolute bullshit.
yeah.
But nothing seems untoward about Julia or Isha.
Okay.
And the damage on the armor of Isha was real for sure.
Well, hopefully that's settled.
It didn't
Guess we'll
sound,
find out if it's not.
it didn't sound like when we were talking to her that there was any
Oh
other
my
way
God.
of getting her to leave.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like killing her, she'd probably just come back.
Well, we could have attacked her, but we were already pretty spent. So I don't think that would have been the best decision, but
Hmm.
spirits can be defeated sometimes. Should we go ahead and go see Thistle?
Do we want to talk to
LB?
yes,
And find out more about what happened?
yeah. I mean, she doesn't say anything to me, but I said then you or write to you. She wrote to you.
Oh, do you mean Evelyn?
Sorry,
Okay.
because she was gone for a bit, wasn't she? When we
Mhm.
kept going back,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, let's go over there.
So does she look like she's in the same, like, she looks like she's like dirtier or like
She looks the same. She looks
less,
you know,
okay.
I mean, she's begging on the street, so she's not exactly clean, but she doesn't look
Right.
like doesn't look like in the time that she's been gone, she's undergone any difficulty more so than she usually does.
Okay.
Does she react when she sees us?
Yeah, she kind of gives you a gentle smile and kind of lowers her head a little bit. But she does that with everyone that passes by, apart from the smile. The smile's just for you.
Oh.
I'm gonna take out one of those pieces of paper. She spoke Elvish, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And in Elvish, I'm going to write, "You were gone for a time. Where did you go?"
I mean, you're trading paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
writing it down because she doesn't speak.
And she just says that she writes down essentially that she found somewhere to stay for a short while. And that she doesn't always stay in the same place.
And all right, like, I'm glad you found a place. Is there a reason you couldn't stay?
No place is permanent.
Had we talked last time about inviting her to come and stay at the mansion? I feel like
think so.
no. I thought we did. Okay, never mind.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
You didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a thought. Maybe you just had a thought about it.
I think I had a thought about wanting to bring that up.
Sure.
I'm going to put a gold piece in her bowl.
Okay. Her face lights up, and she seems, she's very, very overly grateful.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to quietly stand up and kind of like show them the piece of paper so that they can see what she'd written.
Oro can't read Elvish, so she just nods.
Oh, right. She found a place to stay for a while. But she can't stay anywhere permanently. She didn't say why, just that they aren't permanent places. I
Hmm.
wonder if perhaps now that we've got a bit more space in the manor, I know it's not exactly ours, but maybe she could help and sleep in one of those many, many unused beds. You don't have to say yes, of course. And I don't know that she would even accept it. But it was a thought I had.
Of course. I don't know why I didn't think of this before.
Maybe we should ask Atticus before we just invite her. Because, I mean, he's there all the time.
I'm
Me
sure
too.
Atticus will be fine with it.
Okay.
He's my bitch. He does what he's told. It's my house.
I'm gonna like kneel back down on the ground because my clothes can't get dirty now. And I'm going to just write out in Elvish. We have a place in town that could be permanent if you would choose. I wouldn't ask anything of you. But there's much space and a dog to play with.
Her face lights up when she reads that last part. She stands. She takes the gold piece out of her bowl, puts it back in your hand. But she stays stood. She just seems to gather her things. And she kind of hugs you tightly.
How tall is she?
When she's standing up, she's about 5'6".
Oh, okay. And we decided she was a kid, right?
Yeah, she's a young adult.
A young adult. Okay.
She's like
So she's actually not
18.
like a child.
no, she's not a child. No,
She's only slightly shorter than me, and she's about my age. Okay. I realized this all of a sudden. In my head, she was like 12. I don't know why. So I'll hug her back. More like this than like this now that I realize. And I'll just, we could walk her there and let Atticus know and then continue on our way.
Okay, well, we can zoom through that a little bit. You returning to the manor, Atticus seems very happy to have someone who might be a little bit more of a permanent resident throughout the day, someone to keep him company and to look after. He seems very happy with that idea. Parsnip warms up to Evelyn very quickly. And you find that room that you've just discovered, she sets up there for the time being. And you guys are more than welcome to shuffle her around. Throw her in the barracks, you guys get your own special rooms. The more NPCs that you find that don't have somewhere to stay, you can throw them in the barracks. Just have a room of 20 beds, all with different side quest NPCs that you haven't figured out what to do with yet.
A room of
All
question
of
marks.
our friends that we've gathered in our home. She speaks the spider demons escape. Why are you doing this to me, Adam?
For only £20, you can buy the Housebound charity DLC where you unlock her room in the mansion and a whole slew of side quests.
Because my
Ooh.
clothes can't get dirty. Then
Oh, yeah,
remove the doors.
Doc said that, and then Adam just repeated it in caps.
He's okay.
Oh, that was Docs. I see. Oh my god, why are you doing this to me, Docs? Don't give him ideas. And I'll probably at some point pull Atticus aside and explain that she doesn't like to speak, and don't take it personally if she doesn't seem to speak to you. And then I ask him if he happens to know Elvish.
He does not.
Okay. I know she speaks
If he
Elvish.
does, he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Can we give him a handy words and phrases list? Where it's just like, because he doesn't need to say it, he just needs to point to it.
Ooh, I can give him like a piece of paper that says like, are you hungry? And I'll write it in like Elvish and in English. Are you thirsty? Elvish and English.
Common.
Like, sorry, common. Oh my God. And like, like other little things with like
Sure.
a check yes or no, basically, so that she can point to it. And also maybe he'll learn it.
Fantastic. Or maybe it will spark a memory. Perhaps he already did.
Yeah. Turns
Cool.
out that he taught people Elvish once upon a time in another life when he was a professor.
Okay,
Back
excellent.
to the forest.
Cool. Back to the forest. And we arrive at the river.
Danger River. Very
Nurili looks abashed.
There's not a bridge over this river?
Nope.
Bridge over troubled waters.
Don't know the words to that bit.
I will lay me
Was that,
down.
what was that
You
clip?
covered
I will
perfectly.
lay me down.
Couldn't Nugget just take us one by one across the river?
Absolutely.
Oh, we.
Cross the river, one by one, hurrah.
Absolutely.
Nugget, take me away.
Very easily, Nugget is able to scoop you one by one and drop you onto the side.
Scoop-a-doop. Yes, please.
Which
Thank you.
Nurili, I'm sure, is relieved by,
Yes.
as she is still wearing the ring. That, for those of you who missed it, is a cursed ring that recently pulled her to the bottom of a very deep body of water. Tom is giving this party water-related psychological issues slowly one by one. In the last campaign, Dox's character Dane had a fire phobia, which was
Mhm,
very entertaining,
mhm.
although unfortunately quelled most of the time by Jenny's character
Yes,
Susan
that's always-
having an aura of
Of
just
calm.
calm around her all the time.
It's almost
A
as
chill
good as
aura.
Susan.
So on the other side of the river here, you can already see a short distance away the tree.
The tree.
The tree in the center of
Tree.
Bramblewood Grove that you have previously spotted from afar. You know that it looks very, very different from all of the other trees. I think
Is
I
it
have
that
a
one?
map.
This is the one that says
The
spooky
center
tree.
one.
Okay.
I will shuffle us over.
Thank you for knowing that, Ginny.
I only know it from Tom. I don't think I know what that actually is.
Oh, it's from Flight of
Well,
the Concords.
When I was in
Ah.
Texas, we sat there singing Flight of the Concord songs in the car. Do you remember?
Heck yeah, we
Uh,
did.
Elemental babies
gosh.
for free.
This is so pretty.
Her Carmora was actually just chilled Cal's lo-fi hip hop radio beats to
Actually,
to
later in the
Slay
game,
/ Dungeon Delve to.
Dundle.
Dun-
Later in the
Dundledale.
game, it was 80s pop music that Susan listened to through
Was
a
it?
magic rock that she pretended was a Walkman. Anyway,
It was rock.
Oh my goodness!
Around the clock.
Pop rock.
Pop rock. It was just a pop rock.
Right here
she
we
just had a
have-
packet of pop rocks that she's.
Nah. Right.
So this is
This is the tree in the center of the grove, and this is the direction that you take. I assume this is the way you wanted to. Your destination was.
Mhm.
As you arrive here, it feels like the atmosphere, like the day becomes dusk. The sky seems to just, as you get closer and closer, it seems like it's a bit like when you're looking at this tree, there's a sunset behind it. But that sunset appears to be always behind the tree, no matter what angle you're at. It's just always a bit like it is dusk. It is not, it's barely midday. So this is already something that's something that's on your radar is a bit odd. Boop, that's alarm bells, ding ding ding. But it always seems like it's dusk. You get the same kind of sense of the brightness in the sky, but the darkness of the sky above you, and and the kind of the dimness of your surroundings, although that's somewhat slightly different for those of us who don't have this normal, boring human vision. Oh! When will this stop being a burden?
Never.
The tree itself is quite low to the ground, but there is a pool of kind of almost bioluminescent water underneath it. You come at this tree at a slight angle, and from behind the tree, you see first a leg and then silhouette of a very tall, slender, almost elven lady who appears to step from behind it and towards you. She stays quite close to the tree, but you arrive a little bit closer to the water's edge, kind of at the top of half of this map here, within speaking distance. And she says, "Hello. It's nice to meet all of you.
And you?
Hello.
My name is Thistle. I know who all of you are. Thank you for accepting my quest."
Have we accepted it?
Well, that's why you're here, isn't it?
Well, we don't know what your quest is.
Well, I want you to appropriate an artifact for me. That's what it says on the paper. And she pulls out an identical piece of paper from behind her. That's it. Artifact appropriation. She disappears away behind her.
What artifact are you looking for?
It will become apparent to you as you delve into the adventure that I give you that you will discover it, and I will collect it from you.
But it is going to be a physical thing. This isn't like a metaphor.
I will find it once you find yourselves in possession of it. I will appear to you.
Why do we have to get it if you can just appear there if you're gonna
That's an excellent question. You're very intuitive. I will reward you for undertaking this task for me.
Wait, you'll what? You'll reward us? But
Yes.
what is the reward?
Oh, we can discuss that when you've retrieved the item.
Is there like a list of things, like a car, a new holiday,
I
Spending
promise
money.
you.
a new
I
fridge
promise you
freezer?
I promise you that you will be satisfied.
It is all the erotica in the library.
Is this all your real name?
It is the name that I go by.
What's the one? I want to do a check. What's the check?
Insight check.
Insight check.
I want to do a check.
I was like, intuition. I was like, that's not the one.
Evil tinglies.
Check.
Remember the good old days, evil tinglies?
Go for it.
17.
17?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to do a check.
Do a check.
Tell me if she's a liar.
I mean, it's pretty clear to you that she's on a whole other level. You know, there are people who will try and swindle you. There are people who might try and lie and manipulate you. But she's above and beyond all of those guys. Where it's impossible for you to tell what her motives are. And she's quite clearly she's orchestrating this, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she's doing it in a malicious way.
But it's hella suspicious that she's not telling us what she wants.
You may or may not find it to be suspicious, depending on your own personal character and how they perceive her behavior. But Oro specifically, from your 17 insight, you glean no Like, your intuition says to you that she doesn't mean you harm.
Yeah.
That she's not sending you into a trap. She's not trying to, fuck with you.
Where would we need to go?
There is a place not far from here, and it is a settlement under a well, or in a well. There is something there that I wish for you to attain for me, that I cannot retrieve myself.
Does it belong to someone else?
No. In fact, you will be doing a good deed not only for me.
For who else?
You will see. I think you in particular will enjoy this.
Who's she looking at?
Specifically Oro.
It's definitely erotica in the library. The
That's
arcane
where the
sutra
Arcana
is-
Sutra
That's where it is. We gotta go, guys.
Wait, is personal growth the reward? Exposure.
Personal growth. Oh god.
This is how quests work, right?
Well, normally, you know much more about the task.
I'll give you a location. There will be an item here that is extraordinary. It will be very clear to you that it is what I have sent you to obtain. And when I sense that it will be made accessible to me, I will come to you.
But really, this is more of a favor, not a quest, because we can't actually take quests from someone who hasn't paid the guild. Or did you pay the guild?
Oh, guilds. This is a funny
So-
town.
So more of a favor then.
Sure, it's a favor. And I am definitely somebody who you would like to be owed a favor from.
Well, we can try. I hope that we'll know what it is when we see it. If everyone is all right with that.
You will succeed, I believe.
Then sure.
Righteous adventurers. I'm looking forward to this.
Can you show us where on the map we need to go?
It is due north from here. It is a trivial matter for you to find such a thing. It is a well that stands out in a town that no longer exists.
And the civilization is inside of the well?
There is a settlement down the well.
Is it a friendly settlement?
Yes,
Not hostile to us then.
the settlement is not hostile to you.
How far away is it?
Exactly one day.
We're about to go find Whoville.
And then your reward will be whatever trinket you desire. I'm sure I will find something acceptable.
Will the people there want us to not take this artifact?
It does not belong to anybody.
That's not what I asked.
I believe that they will be very happy if you were to obtain this item for me.
Will they know what it is?
They will be frightfully aware of its presence.
It's going to be like their souls or something. I can't do it now.
Hmm.
And she
Suppose
leans
there's
over
no
to
harm in at
Neroli
least. Oh gosh.
and
Okay.
says, "Happy birthday."
Creepy.
Thank you.
I like your robe.
Oh. How did you know it was my birthday?
Please.
I'm not actually from around here, so I feel like I should know a lot more about you than I do.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Did you leave this for me?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I'm glad you like it. What does her address look like?
As I described last time, it is difficult to see where her skin starts and where her clothing kind of ends. Like it kind of just all weaves into her being. You can see that parts of her look like kind of amber, almost gold flakes. Like it looks like a lot of her appearance is kind of reminiscent of the tree that she stood next to. Like there are lots of different colors, lots of different kind of shapes morph into her body. She is kind of smooth and slender, but at the same time has the appearance of like she's almost kind of like a flower. And you don't know how much of this is her and how much of it is some kind of glamour or effect or whatever. But it is like she kind of flows and it's like a gown that kind of trails behind her more so than a dress, because you can see her legs.
She's a rainbow poison ivy.
Spoiler, Thistle is the BBEG.
Wouldn't be the first time that I started the end of the world on accident on a low-level quest.
She's 90% Photoshop, yeah.
So somebody who's taken a picture of themselves and they put like 12 filters over it and one of them is like a lens flare, that's her.
Yes. But it's lens flare behind her and the tree all the time, like no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I suppose there's no harm in going and looking at least. And hopefully everything will work out.
I'm excited. I'll see you soon. And she
At
kind
least
of
a couple of days.
steps behind the tree and she's gone.
It's no wonder this town turns out so many adventurers. It's an odd place, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder how many people have been on this quest and died.
Yes, the thing we're fetching for her is our own death.
She said specifically it wasn't a metaphor. I did ask.
If we actually die, it's not a metaphor.
Well, do we go now or
It's still pretty early in the day. You could probably head off.
Any reason not to?
we should probably tell Dad? Yeah.
Tell Dad.
Can't leave
Hey
home without
Dad, we're
telling
going on a
Dad.
quest.
If we're not back in 3
That's
days,
true.
we're probably dead. Yeah, let's go tell Atticus then.
Settlement in a well. I wonder what that means.
Bad news. There's gonna be
Everything's bad news.
there's gonna be some trick.
It's a well, actually.
So you want to return to Atticus?
Yeah.
Tell him we're leaving. On a
Papa.
jet plane. Unfollows.
May we go on this quest?
We go in.
Okay.
We'll be back before dark.
No, we won't. Do tell him that.
All's
So-
well, it ends well. Yes.
So returning to Atticus, and you explain to him that you've got a new quest and that it's this spooky lady. You find him that he's in the midst of serving up food to Evelyn, who is very happily shoveling it down. And Atticus is like, no, if you have not eaten much for a long period of time, you should pace yourself. He's kind of doting on her, looking after her. You can see that she's had a change of clothes, although they're very plain clothes. They're clean, and she's actually wrapped in one of the towels that you bought. And she seems very grateful. Yes. I love seeing my side quests get involved in the main game.
I love it when side quests affect the main game.
But you tell him that we're off. See you later.
Yeah, don't wait up.
We'll probably be gone at least a couple of days. We're gonna take food with us. Don't worry, we'll be back.
Anything else you guys want to do in town whilst you're here?
I do, or does, but wants to do it sneakily somehow.
Oh, okay. What does I want to do?
Because we're going to be travelling into the, the eyebrow.
Oh, what's the wrong one?
Or wants to sneakily grab more adult books. I did think about saying I'll go grab one, but then I thought it might be a bit weird, so I didn't do it.
What does she want to do?
She wants to go and get hot chocolate for Nerly for the journey that we're going there for. To surprise her for her birthday.
Oh, that's very sweet. Okay. Well, whilst these guys are all prepping, making sure they've got all their travel gear and stuff, you kind of sneak off into town. And it's pretty easy enough for you to go in there and throw some money at the guy if you want to get that off your character sheet, money-wise. How much was the last time?
1 penny.
1 penny. 1 whole penny.
I believe that Oro is going to get a discount though because of the.
Oro gets a discount. Yes.
Yeah.
A discount
Because of the
on-
what?
And
Okay.
I shop at hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I shut up. That's true.
I'm
Yeah.
Oro, and this is my favorite.
favorite. Hot chocolate on the marketplace.
I can't remember how much it was, but it's discounted, so we'll say 1 gold piece.
That's what I was.
1 gold
gonna
piece,
say.
I think, is what we
That's like the standard rate.
were charged, or
50
what he told us it would have
Silver. I'll bargain with you. 50 silver.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, I don't want to roll up persuasion. Here's
But
1
she has
gold.
advantage I was gonna say, but she has advantage because she's asking for a friend's birthday, right? No?
That's true.
Okay.
But you do obtain the quest item.
Quest item. This is the main story.
It goes into your key item slot.
Yes. Worth try. Worth try.
You have obtained the hot chocolate. Right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before they head off to the next quest?
Just pat Parsnip and slip him some bacon.
He is
You're gonna have
very
a fat dog.
appreciative. He grabs it and runs off and takes it into his library den.
His library.
His library den.
It is Parsnip's library, real talk. Absolutely.
Those
He's
are
got
all
a bed in there.
Those are his adult books. They're on the play ownership.
Right. Okay.
Oh, there's no command for parsnip.
Oh,
I
there should
will
be
write
a
one
parsnip.
up right
I
now.
apologize, Mary. I didn't even think to
What
explain.
an oversight.
Parsnip is the Great Dane that the housekeeper has as a companion at the main manor. Big slobbery doggo.
Yes.
Big old slobbery doggo.
Slobbery.
Right. Are we happy? You guys want to head off to the quest location?
Yep. Fast
Yes.
travel.
Okay. Well, we can fast travel, but also
Fast travel.
it's like end of the game now anyway. So
Woof.
no
Fast
cliffhanger
travel.
for me, unfortunately.
Oh, shame.
No cliffhanger. Womp womp.
But I got a pretty dress. Woo!
And you got a hot chocolate. Wait, I need to give you the hot chocolate.
Oh yeah.
It won't be hot otherwise.
Role play. You're on the road.
For
Um,
well, or we're packing up to leave. Whenever you. Would do
When
it.
do you want to do it? Do you want
I
to do
feel
it at
like-
nighttime?
I feel like I would have packed up really quick, and then I would have been like, right, I need to go to the shops. You guys meet me down there when you're done, and then we'll go up north from up there. So I would have met them like on the corner of the shops
Right.
or
Okay.
something like
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
that. Or it's just you can't really hide a hot chocolate anyway, so she's just kind of like, don't look. Maybe she does do that. She just try and hide it under her leather jacket and waits for it to come close.
Walking up.
Happy birthday!
Oh,
Is the hot chocolate? I would have got you something else, but buying gifts is really hard, so thought you might like it for the road, you know.
yeah. No, this is wonderful. It was really good last time. I'm
Mhm.
sure it's just as good this time.
I paid 1 whole gold for that. I didn't win any of my persuasions. It was really unfortunate. The 2 critical fails have been mine this game.
Oh, no. Thank you, Oro. That's really nice of you.
That's okay.
I'm gonna like I don't want to make it awkward and like kneel down, you know, or whatever, like a hug, but as least of a looking like I'm hugging a little kid as possible. So it's not like I'm like hugging and like picking up or whatever, or like kneeling down like come here little one, but like definitely like kneeling down so it's like a friend hug on same level kind of thing.
I mean, your robe doesn't get dirty anymore, so you can get down.
I know.
If
So I can
you
do
want.
Get down
whatever I
there.
want. Even if there's mud on the ground, I can kneel down in the mud and then just get back up like nothing happened.
Okay,
God.
cool.
And my robe can't be stained by hot chocolate if I spill it. This is the best ever. I need this in real life.
True.
Where do all these
Perfect.
stains go? Does someone else have like the opposite, where they have
Yeah,
the clothes that is
they're
always
always-
stained?
That's the cursed version.
Yeah, the cursed version is just like all the dirt that's on your version is just transferred to theirs.
Oh.
But it's the one is linked to several of these, and so it's every time anyone spills, so it's just like random shit's just happening to you all the time. Oh my god, I'm putting that item in a game now.
Okay. On that note, I think we can close today's session.
With a
Good
sneaky,
old-
sneaky looking.
Is it the cat?
Like, hello, it's me time now. It's been 3 hours. I can't believe
I have
you
been
ignored me.
very patient.
I have not made an appearance in this stream yet. So here I am.
I think she's been sleeping the whole time. She looks tired. Anyway,
Bless her. I think we can call that game.
Call that
Game.
a game. That was a game.
And scene.
See.
Finn.
Fiend.
Right.
Why do you always do this, Grace? This is the
Good
least
game.
workable way.
Good game.
GG's.
Ooh. Right, so we'll find someone to raid. Now, what's been happening for the past like couple of Sundays is I've had like an hour break and then I've come back on to stream for a little bit. Last week I streamed me writing down Oro's notes for like an hour.
What?
Nice.
That's cool.
Because
stuff. I
Oro's
missed
now
that.
writing like story notes because
Oh, I believe I missed that.
she's
I didn't
looking
know
at
you
what-
did that.
she's copying Randall basically. Like, oh, Randall writes things down. That's cool. I want to write things down. I don't remember anything. It's probably a good idea. So we'll raid another D&D person and then
Well,
I'll
you don't
hand
have to
back.
raid if you want to just continue with that, and we'll.
Well, I usually stop because I need like a snack and stuff. I need to like chill out for a little bit.
Unwind.
Fair enough. Down to you. Down to you.
Mm.
But everybody
Alright.
should come back when Jenny streams again. And then we get
Well,
to
I'm
see-
assuming you guys follow Jenny. If you don't, then what the fuck you doing?
Fix that right now.
It's your
we'll
life.
see you guys next Sunday.
No,
No,
I'm not here next Sunday.
you're not here next Sunday.
Dun, dun.
Oh, you know what? Actually, where's my phone? Literally, it's a whole arm to hold her now. So I got one hand. I think next Sunday I couldn't do either. Oh no, next Sunday I could do it. It's the Sunday after that I can't.
Oh, you can't do this.
because-
Oh no, you can't do the Sunday after that.
Yeah, because
Oh no.
there's a big meetup for another channel that I play D&D with, and
Oh, yeah?
a bunch
Which
of
one's that
people
one?
are like the Fray group.
Oh right.
But like there's a big get together and people are like literally like flying in from out of state and stuff. We're gonna go to
Oh.
medieval times and be all kitschy and medievally and pretend
That
like
sounds
we
awesome.
ever-
Fingers.
It's
yeah.
gonna be a while till our next game, guys.
fine.
Because so the first is the game that Docs can't do. The 8th is the game that Katie can't do, and the 15th Tess is here,
Oh
Okay.
and she's only here for a week, so I don't really want to
no, yeah,
No, no,
hang out with Tess.
So it will be 3 weeks.
I don't have anything on, so probably 3 weeks. Yeah.
Get busy.
Maybe we'll come up with stuff to do in the meantime.
However, I might be able to finish the community game before then. So perhaps maybe not this week, but the week after, I can get the community guys together to do one of the community games. We could do it on a Sunday because that's
Yeah.
when they're available for the most part.
At the normal time.
Makes sense.
I mean, that would be ideal.
That makes sense.
I'll
I'd
have a
watch
look. I'd watch that if I was here.
Well, no, I will be because it won't be the first one. It'll be
That's true.
like-
It depends on them to see what I can do.
Honestly,
Um,
I'd rather not play on March 15th, walking into what might be a Fey trap anyway, because like beware the Ides of March and all that.
Yeah, that's the thing I've definitely heard of.
It's
We're all-
Caesar.
Oh.
Beware the Ides of March. March 15th.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Caesar.
the.
You
That's
get
the
stabbed.
oh,
like
is
the
it the
Caesar,
eyes of March
like
or
Rome.
Ides? of March?
Ides. I-D-E-Z.
Ides of March.
I-D-E-S.
Oh, it's literally the 15th.
The Ides of March is the 15th, yeah.
Oh. Marked by
It was
several
supposed to be a
religious
throwaway joke, and it's turned into a modern history lesson.
observances. I'd heard of the Ides of March, but I had no idea what it was.
It means March 15th.
Oh. Marks an
But it sounds
inauspicious
cooler to
anniversary.
say the Ides of March. Gracie, why are you like this? What are you doing?
Welcome party RPG. We're raging.
Yeah, let's do it.
Herpiger.
Burp, 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 burp.
Herpiger, right. So, see you in
When we do.
see you whenever we see you.
See, whatever. If you want to
Like a
catch
month.
up, then make sure to join Jenny's Discord because we'll be
And-
talking about it in the D&D shit channel.
Also, there's probably enough time for you to catch up on all 14 episodes.
That's an
That's
excellent point.
true.
Do it.
That's true.
Do
Right.
it. And then correct us on all the things that we misremember.
Yes.
And rewrite.
Yeah.
It's canon now.
So we'll start a wiki page with the canon, and then every time we change it, cross it out.
Yeah.
You
it's
can
like
make
a
your
history
own
thing.
wiki site, right? You can like have your own.
Oh, you can.
What if we made our own wiki?
Someone else can do that.
Yeah, I maybe have too much to do. I maybe shouldn't do that.
A community wiki.
Community wiki. There you go. All right. Yeah, I'll be back on in like an hour or so. I'll go have some food.
Mickey.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.